The Boston College Eagles back in Texas for the first time since their '85 Cotton Bowl win over Houston. A day where Doug Flutie opened the scoring with a 63-yard touchdown pass to sophomore Kelvin Martin in BC's eventual Cotton Bowl rout. Tonight, senior Kelvin Martin ready to fly again in Texas. The Eagles are a hard luck 1-2. Their lone victory 3 weeks ago against California at Alumni Stadium, and Jim Bell rushed for 95 yards. Tonight, he'll back up a healthy Troy Stratford. The Mustangs entered tonight's game with a 2-1 record. Last weekend, they played at the Cotton Bowl and down Texas Christian 31-21 in their Southwest Conference duel. So tonight, old friends Bobby Collins and Jack Bicknell become new rivals as SMU hosts BC here on Nesson. From Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, the New England Sports Network presents Boston College football. And good evening, everybody. I'm Eric Reed. I'll call the play-by-play for you the next 8 weeks as we follow the Eagles here on Nesson every Tuesday night through October and November. And to make our coverage a little bit more special for you, you'll hear the comments from Boston College coach Jack Bicknell throughout the course of our telecast. And I know something else will make our telecast a bit more special. My partner, Pete Cronin, a name Bill familiar around Boston College, the captain of the 76 team, fresh off a 9-year NFL career, 4.5 years with Seattle and 4.5 with the Redskins, Pete. So you're no stranger here to Dallas, Texas Stadium.
No, Texas Stadium, an old friend of mine. I'm actually 3-2 at this place, but I'm really glad to be here with New England Sports Network. I'm looking forward to a great year here with Boston College.
Well, this is the first ever meeting between BC and SMU. Mustangs come in under Bobby Collins 2-1, and the Eagles under Jack Bicknell at 1-2. A lot of folks calling this a pivotal game for Bick's guys. How do you make out this one?
Well, the thing that we all have to consider is that they're really not out of the bowl picture yet. Jack Bicknell is selling this to the players. You know, they're 1-2, but if they have any consideration of postseason play, they have to win this ball game.
Defense has kept the Eagles in all 3 of their football games. The Eagles come in ranked 7th in the country defensively. They've got to get it together offensively, Pete, and they'll be back with Sean Halloran tonight at quarterback. How do you see the passing running mix tonight for the Eagles?
Well, Jack Bicknell likes to throw the ball, and he's somewhat of a departure. They discovered that they had a running game exclusive of Troy Stratford in the California game. This will probably be, you know, it's logical to assume that he's going to go to the running game a little bit more tonight, try to establish a running game, take the pressure off Sean, open up that short passing game. It'll be interesting to see just how things unfold.
The big offensive line, John Bronner, has proved to be a very bruising fullback, and Troy Stratford over the bruised ribs. He's as healthy as he's been this season.
Well, what a 1-2 punch that is. Troy obviously very effective outside. If you get him loose, he's a tough man to catch. And John Bronner is a very punishing type of back. He breaks tackles. Every time he carries the ball, they think he's good for at least 4 yards.
Defensively, the Mustangs led by their All-American candidate, defensive tackle Jerry Ball. They call him the wrecking ball down here.
This guy is all world. If you believe what you read. I just saw him out there. He's at 6 foot, 280 pounds. He is a very large man.
The Eagles will try to run at Mr. Ball and then away from him. As far as offensively for SMU, a little bit of departure from the Pony Express. They've thrown the ball a little bit more successfully these days than run the football, and we'll look to see how that matches up. Of course, Bobby Waters, fine quarterback, and he's got some great receivers.
Oh, he sure does. I think Morris is the key guy here. He's the guy who's got the capability of taking you right to the pipe every time.
All right, Garrick McPherson injured. Steve Williams will start in his place, and we'll be back with tonight's opening kickoff from Texas Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back to Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas with Pete Cronin, Eric Reed. SMU and BC meeting here on the football field for the first time ever. BC is 9-6, however, against Southwest Conference competition. And, of course, this is the Eagles' first trip to Dallas since the 1985 Cotton Bowl. That was a victory over the University of Houston. Great night for football. Cool by Texas standards, 66 degrees, humidity at 90%, but comfortable. Mostly cloudy skies, and we had some rain earlier today, but it has stopped, and the field is in good shape. There's today's officials, Wendell Shelton, Bo Hicks, and the rest of the crew. They are all from the Southwest Conference. So BC on the road. You see Jack Bicknell in his 5th season looking for win number 38, more importantly, his 2nd win of the year, and his old friend, his newest rival, Bobby Collins. He is in his 5th year, and the former '82 Southwest Conference Coach of the Year. Well, Pete Cronin, the Eagles will get it first. We'll look to Troy Stratford, Sean Halloran and company, and see how Boston College comes out first. And you see the SMU kicker, and that is Brandy Brownlee. He boots it with the bare foot, and he's an outstanding kicker, and they have a good special teams. Tyrone Taylor to your left, and he is in single safety formation, although he does have a partner there. Taylor, a good kickoff return man. Pete Cronin, we're just about set. First ever meeting between these two clubs. We're looking for a good ball game.
Well, watch Mr. Brownlee probably put this thing out of the end zone. He looks pretty excited.
Not a very big crowd at Texas Stadium here in Irving, but we are underway. And this one is coming to Chuck Gregory, 6-yard line. Gregory looking for the sideline, has some room, and he gets up near the 30-yard line, and they will spot him out of bounds just shy of the 30. So a nice kickoff return by Chuck Gregory of 25 yards. Sean Halloran will start at quarterback. First start since the opener against Rutgers. Stratford and Turner in the backfield. Darren Flutie, a healthy Kelvin Martin, and the tight end Pete Casparello. And your offensive line, the key matchup there, Joe Wolf will go against Jerry Ball, Twombly the center, Trapillo the all-East guard, and Dave Wydell on that side. So we're underway, first down and 10, just shy of their own 30, and the Eagles go to work out of the I set. And here's the give to Stratford, and he is wrapped up big time.
Well, giving the ball to Troy Stratford right off the bat. Earlier this week, the coaches mentioned that for Troy to be effective, he's going to have to carry the ball. So he have to carry the ball 25 times a game.
There's Ben Hummel, number 45. He made the stop. Watt starting for Terrence Mann. Jerry Ball, their big star, and Eichsman on the other end. Linebackers, they'll play close to the line of scrimmage. De La Garza, Masterson, and Harmon. Second down, 9 to go for BC. Again, it's Stratford with blockers in front of him, and he does not turn the corner. Back to the line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line, and this SMU defense has come out fired up. And Sean Halloran will be in his first throwing situation of this football game on third down and 10.
Well, that's not what Boston College was looking for right there. Sean Halloran, you probably have to throw the ball, as you mentioned, Eric. Third and 10 is not the ideal situation. This is when you're going to see SMU come with the blitz. This is when they show the blitz. I would not be surprised to see them bring somebody.
Kelvin Martin in motion lines up bottom of your screen. Casparello topside, and it is Bronner and Stratford in the pro set. On third and 10, some pressure for Halloran. And he will go down at the 28. Ken Masterson, the middle linebacker, putting the stop on Sean Halloran. Loss of 2 on third down and 10. So a not very potent performance on the first possession for BC, and they'll have to punt it right away with David Rooney handling those chores.
Let's hope that Boston College head coach Bicknell doesn't get scared out of trying to run the ball. Obviously, Troy Stratford not making too much yardage here early. I think they're going to have to stay with the running game. Jimmy Young right here and returning the ball, 8 returns, or 9.3 yard return average. This is probably the kicking game is the area where SMU shows the greatest strength in comparison to Boston College. They seem to have a much more effective, more efficient kicking game.
Yeah, Coach Bobby Collins' club 2-1 beat TCU last week for the 15th consecutive time, 31-21. While Boston College had a very good week off after their loss to Penn State 26-14 2 weeks ago, and I say a good week off, Pete, because that gave some wounded Eagles some time to mend. Well, there you see the comparative scores. Rutgers beating BC, frustrating opening day. Boston College bouncing back against California. And there's the SMU slate. The big opening day win over Jerry Burns' Rice Club. Shutout at Arizona State. 70,000 fans looking on. And their win last week at the Cotton Bowl over TCU. Well, David Rooney will punt it away. The sophomore from Miramar, Florida. And a spiraling punt coming to the dangerous Jimmy Young, the freshman from San Antonio. And he gets across the 40, but not further than that, to the 41-yard line.
That's a pretty good field position for...
Yeah, Bobby Waters, the quarterback. The franchise tailback, Jeff Atkins. Cobby Morrison at fullback. Jacobs and Morris, really speedy wideouts. And Albert Reese, a second-team Southwest Conference tight end a year ago. Kennington and Richards, the big tackles. Richards goes 300 pounds. McKinney mounts the guards. Kim Johnson will start at center. But look out for the freshman Archie Fairley, who will be in there fairly soon. Out of the I set on 1st and 10 from the 41. And this is Atkins. And not much there, running right into Tom Perrell, the big nose tackle. The defense for Boston College. And as we said, 7th in the country coming in today. And Lindstrom and Thompson, the defensive ends. Boza and Degnan, the tackles. Perrell, the nose tackle. And Lindstrom has really been the standout so far. The linebackers, Bill Romanowski and Ted Gaffney. Romanowski, the MVP, is a freshman of the Cotton Bowl, so he enjoys Texas. 12:35 remaining in this first quarter. No score. First possession for Bobby Waters and SMU. And he fires complete to Morris. Ron Morris tripped up by Carl Crespin at the 42. He does get across the 45 to the 46. Pickup of 4. Bobby Waters, 62% completion mark so far. And he set a Southwest Conference record in the opener when he hit 13 straight against Rice and went 15 for 17 that afternoon. So Waters, a good one.
Yeah, he is. He's also academic All-America. A pretty smart guy.
First-year starter Bobby Waters. For the first time since 1979, this SMU team passing better than they are running. And here it's 3rd and 4. He'll throw for the first down to Tony Shellman, the tight end. Crespin brought him down quickly, but the first down pickup inside Eagle territory down near the 43.
Well, Shellman's in the game tonight because of an absent Albert Reese, who has been really the kind of guy that quarterbacks likes to go to. Waters loves to throw the ball to this guy. His absence. Here we see the replay, a quick timing pattern, 3-step drop, turn and throw. Ideal for the zone defense that Boston College is playing.
4th reception of the year for the senior from Baytown, Texas. And a 1st and 10 for the SMU Mustangs at the BC 43. They run the option. Waters keeps and fumbles. Loose. BC has the football. Well, that's what hurt this Mustang team down at Arizona State, and it hurts them here on their opening drive. SMU putting it on the rug and BC picking it up. John Bosa, number 97, the senior from Keene, New Hampshire, made the fumble recovery.
Now here we see the quarterback turning up inside. You got 2 guys on him, right? It's just the hand reaches inside, not holding on to the ball. Eric Lindstrom knocking the ball out. I guess they gave the fumble recovery to Eric.
I thought Bosa got it, and no question Romanowski caused it. So the Eagles get it right back, 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. And the give to Stratford. Coming off tackle. Nice move, gets to the 45. A pickup of 5 yards for Troy Stratford, the senior from Linden, New Jersey.
Well, you'd think a guy that size would go down a little bit easier, wouldn't you? Just thrashing. He's trying to scratch and bite, trying to get all these many yards as possible.
Averaging just 3.8 a carry. Obviously, Stratford a better back than. And playing with the injured ribs, he is healthy tonight, coming in 3rd on the all-time rushing list. Needs just 51 yards to move into 2nd. And on 2nd down and 5, Bronner, the up back, as Halloran looks to throw. Goes downfield, complete to Darren Flutie at the 48-yard line of SMU territory. Wrapped up immediately by the left corner, number 24, Derek Reed. But the catch for Flutie is his first tonight, his 12th on the year.
Darren did a nice job that time of running, as you see right here. We'll see him run the cornerback off. He'll be coming back to the ball. All the good receivers do this. See him running back to the football. It's very tough for the cornerback to cover that. Right between 2 defenders, as a matter of fact.
Pickup of about 9, and it's 1st down and 10. BC has it inside SMU territory at the 47. First time they are in Mustang territory tonight. Here's the give to the bruising fullback, John Bronner. And he moves the pile once again. Bronner, the big guy, out of Trenton, New Jersey, and tonight his first start, Pete.
Well, that's an ugly 4 yards right there. John Bronner carrying the ball, a real discovery a couple weeks ago in a California game. If those of our viewers who saw that, every time he touched the ball in the second half, he gets 7 yards. He's a real weapon here. He's going to probably make a big difference in tonight's game. And he runs behind that massive offensive line. Bronner averaging 6 yards a carry. As you see Chuck Gregory in motion on 2nd and 6. And Stratford breaks a tackle behind the line and spins to the 43. Just about back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a half yard for Troy Stratford, who comes in with 18 touchdowns in his career. That's great pursuit defense by SMU. You see here, Troy almost doesn't get out of the hole because of penetration by the wrecking ball himself, Jerry Ball. But Troy tries to make something out of nothing.
3rd down for BC and 6 at the SMU 43. Stratford in motion. Halloran dumps it over the middle, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Pat Walsh, a freshman from Brockton, Mass, number 83.
It's interesting to see Sean Halloran looking downfield. Many of his receivers were somewhat concerned that Sean wasn't throwing the ball downfield. Here we see in this last drive, threw the ball down through field several times.
2 possessions and
2 punts
coming. Second punt for David Rooney. You see it, no score with 9:19 left in this first quarter.
Something to consider here, though, Eric. Look at the field position we're talking about. If Rooney can put this ball up, what they call a pooch punt, and drop the ball inside the 20-yard line, Bang. Very good punt right there. Goes out of bounds about the 14-yard line. What that means statistically is offenses usually are not going to be able to score touchdowns, get points inside when they start a drive inside the 20.
31-yard punt for Rooney, and very effective, as if SMU will start first down and 10 at their own 15. No score in the football game, 9:12 left in this first quarter. In Irving, Texas, the Mustangs of SMU, the Eagles of BC scoreless. SMU will start this drive at their own 15, but as you see, 6 of their 10 scoring drives this year have been 76 yards or more, and Pete Cronin, that's downright impressive.
Sure is, when you consider they're going to have to go 85 yards in this drive. Defensive coaches feel that offense is going to probably beat themselves. It's a long way to go.
Jeff Atkins, the senior tailback from Fort Worth, goes straight ahead for a couple. And he draws a crowd. Number 53, Romanowski, 57, Gaffney, and number 99, Eric Lindstrom. Now, their game last week, SMU against Texas Christian, 100 degrees at the Cotton Bowl, but they had 2 touchdown drives of 80 yards. They went 81 yards and 76. So this SMU team has been able to sustain drives, and they'll have to here in a scoreless football game.
We just saw the strength of the Boston College defensive line, John Bozer and Eric Lindstrom.
Second down, 7 for SMU at their own 17. Waters rolling. As a man, it's Morris at the 30. And he goes out of bounds, 35-yard line.
Well, right there making the play, number 2, Steve Williams. He's starting tonight because of an injury to Garrick McPherson. An injury yesterday on the AstroTurf. We'll see him right here in the graphic, faking the pitch, bringing it outside, rolling and throwing. That's one-on-one coverage. SMU likes to roll to the slot. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. It gives the 5'11 quarterback a little bit more vision.
And Ron Morris, the senior from Cooper, Texas, who made the catch, is 12th this year, picked up 18, and he's averaging 18.5 yards a catch. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. And a fumble again as Atkins coughed it up, and let's see. I think SMU got it back. They have already fumbled once tonight and lost it.
Well, there's a reason right there we're talking about Boston College, ranked so high in the nation in defense. They're really putting their hats on people.
And as we look at it again, the give to the tailback Atkins just popped it loose.
Just popped Perrell right there, getting his hat on the football. There he is. Oh, boy, he wanted that ball to go BC's way.
Ron Morris, the flanker, picked it up. It's second down and 8 from their own 38. 7:55 left in the first. The quick drop and throw complete to Jacobs. Williams brings him down. Another loose football. Now Steve Williams, the junior from Providence, Rhode Island, making his first start, and he makes it against a team that has 2 dangerous wide receivers in number 14, Jeffrey Jacobs, and the man we've already seen in Ron Morris.
There's something to think about here. Both times that they look down here, we see the timing pattern again. 2 steps, turn and throw. Now, with the greenness of the cornerback, leads you to believe that they're going to work on the guy. There's a strong possibility they're going to take him deep real soon. They get him taking that, but he's going after the bait. He's going after the short stuff.
Tony Brown and Cobby Morrison in the backfield, but they give it to Atkins, and he picks up the first down on 3rd and short.
John Bozer close to making a big play right there. Came in, got a hand on his foot, almost made the big play, stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
No score here in Texas. SMU and the Eagles with 7:11 remaining first quarter, and quickly Bobby Waters setting the tempo, the junior quarterback from Garland, Texas. 62% passer this year, and so far tonight, Pete, he is 4 out of 4 for 36 yards.
It's all those timing patterns right there. They're almost short completions. I just got a feeling they're setting Boston College up for the deep ball.
First and 10, Morris at the bottom of your screen. Jacobs up top. They give it to the fullback, Tony Brown, and he bangs ahead for 2 or 3. Brown, the transfer from University of Texas at Arlington, and he ran right in the Perrell and Gaffney and some of those other Eagle defenders who swarmed to the football after a pickup of 2 yards for the fullback, Tony Brown.
Now, just a moment ago, it was a 3rd and 1 situation. Those are those very quiet big plays. 3rd and 1, you like to, as a coach, you like to turn the ball back at least 60% of the time. That's good defense. Offensively, if you can get 50% on your 3rd down, complete short yardage situations, you're doing pretty good.
2nd and 8, Waters looking on the option, gets inside Eagle territory to about the 47-yard line. He is wrapped up from behind by Eric Lindstrom, the fine defensive end, a junior from Weymouth, Massachusetts. As you look at Bobby Waters, sat the bench a couple of years. This is first year as a starter.
You're going to see him turn around. He's got nowhere to go in the option. The option's not there. He's going to try to cut back, but Eric Lindstrom really cautiously, well coached, stays at home, makes the play.
And John Bosa shut down the option to his side. Big John Bosa, the senior from Keene, New Hampshire. On 3rd down and 5 from the Eagle 47. Quick throw for Waters. Great catch by Ron Morris over at the 41-yard line. He was wrapped up immediately by Vinnie Munn, but the fingertip grab by Ronnie Morris, who looks to be injured.
Well, there's an astroturf injury right there. It looks like it came down, planted the foot, and as the tackle's being made, that foot got in there and there was no place for it to go, and thus the knee injury. Very acrobatic move, getting up in the air. Bang, right there, sure enough. Twisted that ankle or the knee. There's another ankle right here. Oh, didn't look like it felt too good.
Athletic move for Ronnie Morris, the 3rd best wide receiver in SMU history.
Boston College secondary has been doing a very good job this year. They're really putting the heat on those wide receivers. Every time they're going for the ball, they're getting whacked. They're getting the helmet. Getting the helmet in the chest, and you got to believe that it has an effect on incoming teams, the teams watching the film for next week's game.
Well, there's a timeout here at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. 5 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first quarter. The SMU Mustangs and the BC Eagles in their first ever football matchup are still scoreless, and they are attending to Ron Morris, the injured wide receiver. And we'll be back with more BC football from Texas here on Nesson in just a moment.
Unforgiving under those circumstances.
Well, Morris leaves with the 3 catches. Bobby Waters, the quarterback, 5 for 5 for 45 yards here in the first quarter. We are scoreless. 5:33 left in this first period, as number 11's been really drilling it so far. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Eagle 41. And they run the option well. The 35-yard line gets out of bounds at the 31. So Bobby Waters effective through the air and effective through the running game on the option.
You know, last week they actually totally abandoned the option game, and Boston College defensive coaches figured that they'd come in here and they'd start run the option, and as we see tonight, they've run it relatively effectively.
Eagles have yet to pick up a first down in this football game. They've had 2 possessions, both ending in David Rooney punts. David Adamson, a senior from Dallas, who will wear number 27, will go in the place of Ron Morris. As we get the measurement here on the Waters run, it'll be short by a little bit.
You know something, we're in Brandy Brownlee territory. He can hit him from out here. This is just a chip shot for him.
Now, Brownlee last year hit a 57-yarder. The SMU field goal kicker has a 51-yarder this season and a run of 8 straight field goals made. But the Mustangs far from through on this drive. 2nd down and less than a yard to go at the Eagle 31. LBC defense has been tested early on through this season, spending much time on the field, and that's the way this first quarter is played here in Texas.
Well, this is a waste down. A lot of times, this is a very dangerous down because it's very common for a coach to go for the 6 points right here. Don't be surprised to see him go deep with the ball. Big play time. Maybe a reverse, maybe the deep pass.
Now, Waters has thrown 5 touchdowns. He has Jacobs to the bottom of your screen and Adamson up top. And the eye set. He gives it to the fullback, Cobby Morrison. He gets the first down inside the 30 down near the BC 27-yard line. Billy Thompson and number 57, Ted Gaffney, the senior from Wayne, New Jersey, in on the stop.
They didn't go deep with that one, a very conservative call. Obviously, the coach is content to drive the ball down the field, eat up the clock, ground control, hold on to the ball. This is their style of play.
Well, Cobby Morrison, the fullback, a junior from Dallas, had a 6-yard touchdown catch last week. 1st and 10 for SMU. They are at the Eagle 27-yard line. And here's Jeff Atkins weaving his way for a yard, and that is about all. Jeff Atkins, the senior tailback out of Fort Worth, Texas, comes in with a 4.6 per carry average.
He's leading the Southwest Conference as of today. That may have changed because of other games, but coming into the game today, he was leading the Southwest Conference, and he was number 19 in the nation carrying the ball. So he's no slouch.
A couple of 100-yard games this year for Atkins. 132 against Rice, 110 last week against TCU, and He can really get it going. There's Sean Halloran warming up on the sideline, hoping to get back in there quickly. 2nd down and 9. Waters hit as he throws, but throws it complete to Jacobs, who dances out just shy of the Eagle 10. Jeffrey Jacobs, the junior from Dallas, who caught a couple of touchdowns in the opener against Rice, picks up 16 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they're going to work at the corner again. Here we have the play action pass, quarterback working outside. This is all sidelines. It's a dangerous throw, but they get the inexperienced Williams back standing there. No, they're going to really work on him tonight.
And look at the stats for Waters. Perfect. 6 for 6, 66 yards. And it is 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs, just outside the Eagle 10. They give it to Tony Brown, and he puts the head down and picks up 2. By the way, on that last completion, Bosa really tagged Waters just after he threw the football.
It's the old body punch theory. We just keep hitting them. Maybe something's going to happen.
Waters came in 62% completion average, and he has improved that tonight so far. Perfect on 6 for 6. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the BC 9-yard line. Adamson and Jacobs to the left. The eye set and the gift to Atkins. Some running room. He gets to the 6, picks up 2. Again, Ted Gaffney, number 57, right there. And Bill Romanowski, the 2 linebackers, pinching in and stopping Atkins after a pickup of a couple. And Jeff Atkins teamed up with Reggie Dupart and formed the Pony Express Part 2. After James and Dickerson, it was certainly Dupart and Atkins, and it's pretty much a one-man show this year for the Mustangs from the tailback spot.
Well, that probation isn't going to help them either. They had no scholarships to hand out this year. And I don't know if they're going to find anybody next year. It's very tough to get guys that come to a school down here that can't go to a bowl game.
3rd down and 6. Waters throwing complete to the tight end Albert Reese, and he is wrapped up 5-yard line and does not pick up the 1st down. Nice stop on the play by Carl Creshpain, the strong safety from Needham, Massachusetts.
Defensive backfield coach for Boston College, Pete Carmichael, says this guy's got no business playing. All he does is win. Says a lot for the guy's desire and certainly playing well beyond his ability.
This, the definition of a chip shot for Brandy Brownlee, who has hit a 57-yarder in his career, and this will be a 20-yard field goal for Brownlee, who is 2 for 2 this season, and as we mentioned, has hit 8 straight. Dodge Carter, the punter, will hold. And that is perfect right through the uprights. So with 2:15 left in our first quarter here in Irving, Texas, the SMU Mustangs have scored first on a 20-yard field goal from Brandy Brownlee. And our score here in Texas, wait a second, we've got a penalty here. Roughing the kicker against Boston College.
That's a 1st down. That's those penalties creeping back up on Boston College against Penn State. They had a real problem with penalties, and here we see a crucial situation. Depending upon the ruling of the referee, yeah, it's going to be a 1st down for SMU.
Yeah, a real problem. Putting it nicely, they set a school record with 15 penalties 2 weeks ago against Penn State. And this is costly here. You know, they say in football, never erase points from the scoreboard. Take away the Brownlee field goal and put it at the 2-yard line. What do you think, Pete?
The only experience I have in this is George Allen many years ago took points off the board.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic 1st down.
Well, George Allen took the points off the board. Thought it was a good decision. Ended up losing the game by 2 points. So taking points off the board is a very aggressive move by SMU coaching staff. But they obviously have the confidence that they can punch this thing and get the 7 points out of it.
By the way, the completion to Albert Reese, the tight end, didn't pick up the 1st down a couple of snaps ago, but it did keep Waters perfect at 7 for 7. And on 1st and goal from the 2, we'll see what happens here. Brown and Morrison, the fullbacks. The tailback, Atkins, he gets the give and gets into the end zone.
Good decision, taking the points off.
And putting them right back on. Jeff Atkins slicing over from 2 yards out. And for Atkins, that is his 3rd touchdown of the year. And for the SMU Mustangs, their first touchdown of the night. They lead it 6-zip with 2:12 left in this first period.
Well, that's a pretty big drive, too, starting at their own 15-yard line. Here we see now this is very hard running. Gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Stays up, falls in for the touchdown. Get that extra yard.
And Brandy Brownlee will attempt the tack on the point after. 10 for 10 this year is Brownlee. And and make it 11 for 11. Now Bobby Waters 7 for 7 for 63 yards. And the SMU Mustangs with 2:12 left in the first out in front of Boston College 7-0. We'll have more BC football here on Nesson in just a moment. Once again, the SMU offenses proved they could move the football, Pete Cronin. They just went 85 yards, and Jeff Atkins, their fine senior tailback from Fort Worth, went over from 2 yards out. And after the field goal was good, they took it off the board on the roughing the kicker penalty. A 16-play, 86-yard drive. And you talk ball control. Hey, that is it.
They had a little bit of everything in that drive. They threw the rhythm passes, short stuff, short drops, quick throws. They ran the option, they ran the inside, they ran the outside. They had just about everything. A couple of costly Boston College penalties kept those drives alive. And here we see Boston College down by 7 points.
And the same pattern developing early for the Eagles. They've yet to really get it going offensively. I don't believe they've picked up a first down in this football game. And they have not been able to stop, certainly, the fine quarterback for SMU, Bobby Waters, who is 7 for 7 thus far. Randy Brownlee will kick it to Chuck Gregory or Tyrone Taylor. And this one heading the direction of Taylor, one step in. The senior from Bridgeport, Connecticut, Tyrone Taylor, looking for running room. There is a penalty marker down as Taylor gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line. So a kick return of 26. We'll see what the marker's about.
Probably going to be a block up below the waist. Boston College with a nice return, bringing the ball out here. They're probably going to, unfortunately, move themselves back again, put themselves into a hole. Here's a holding penalty, Boston College. Penalties.
Yeah, they will spot it from the point of the infraction and bring it back to the 16-yard line. That's where Sean Halloran and company will.
Holding on the run back. First down.
Now 2 minutes 5 seconds left in this first quarter. 7-0 Mustangs. And the Eagles looking to get the thing rolling offensively.
Good opportunity to see how Boston College offense matches up. They come starting from their 16-yard line.
SMU, a stingy defensive unit. They play 7 men right up near the line of scrimmage. And at the I set with a strong side left. And Kelvin Martin to that side. Halloran in trouble. Halloran flips it ahead. Incomplete. Well, he flipped it to John Browner. They rule it an incomplete forward pass. And not looking very pretty right here for the BC Eagles.
Well, that's a vintage Doug Flutie here. You know, he finds himself in trouble trying to make the play. Protection breaks down. Looks enough field. Avoids one. Now watch him come out. He sees Bronner. Now let me just flip it out to you. That is a forward pass. Not a fumble. Good idea. Just didn't work.
Halloran 1 for 3, 8 yards so far here in the first as Jim Bell goes in motion on second down 10. And the give is to Bronner. He rumbles across the 20 up near the 22.
Well, Bell and Bronner in the game right now simultaneously is indication Boston College is going to really try to hammer the ball. They try to go back to the running. Here with 20 rushes, John Bronner 20 rushes and 119 yards. He's a punishing back, as is Bell. They're both very physical runners.
Tom Waddle into the football game, number 20. So is number 26, Marcus Cherry, a sophomore split end from Washington, D.C. The Eagles not successful in 2 third-down attempts. As Halloran drops to throw on third down, fires to Waddle. Waddle thinks he has it. Let's see if they rule it complete. And I believe they will. And D.C. might have their first down this evening. Tom Waddle, the young man from Moeller High in Cincinnati.
It's a great catch right there. Very tight coverage. Sean Halloran drops back, almost falls down, throws the ball. Didn't look like it was a good catch. The referee's got a better perspective than we do.
Well, the first down for the Eagles on the 8-yard throw to Tom Waddle. Well, the fans here at Texas Stadium saw the replay and did not like the call. First down and 10 from their own 29, and this is Troy Stratford dancing across the 30 up to the 32. Gabriel De La Garza, number 38, in on the play, along with number 92, Terrence Mann, who we weren't sure what his status would be. Mann, a starter from Detroit, suffering from a turf toe and an elbow injury, but Mann in the football game.
Oh, the old turf toe. Another one of those astroturf injuries. Very painful little thing. Be interesting to see if he can stay on for the balance of the ball game.
Stratford picked up 2, 2nd and 8 from the 32. BC trailing 7-0. Plenty of time for Halloran. Fires complete to Tom Waddle. And he goes down at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the Halloran strike to Tom Waddle.
That's great protection by the Boston College offensive line, averaging 275 pounds. Matched up against the 4-man rush. The 4-3 defense being brought in this year by the SMU coaching staff is designed. It's really an ideal running defense versus a 3-4. 4-man rush ineffective that time.
Well, the second first down on this drive for BC. And Halloran and Tom Waddle clicking. Waddle, the sophomore out of Cincinnati. And Jack Bicknell hoping his offense can generate some excitement here. But we are through 1/4 of football at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. And our score after 1, the SMU Bang 7, the Boston College Eagles nothing. We'll have second quarter action in just a moment right here on Desson. With Pete Cronin, Eric Reed welcoming you back to Irving, Texas Stadium. The SMU Mustangs, Pete, a very impressive 16-play, 86-yard draft, chewed up 9 minutes for the lone touchdown in this football game.
Boston College beginning to move the ball here from their own 16. Got a couple first downs under their belt, developing that confidence. We'll see if they can't maintain it.
Al Halloran's clicked 3 times with Tom Waddle. And he'll click for the first time here with Kelvin Martin. Martin makes the nice move and gets out of bounds at the 46. Pickup of 5 on first down.
We haven't heard much from Kelvin Martin the past couple weeks. He was out 3 weeks ago with an Achilles problem and played 9 games 1 week, and he played 11 plays the next week. Here he is in that quick comeback timing pattern, same thing that SMU's doing. What happened there was SMU get caught into a rotation defense, rotating opposite the throw.
They mark it at the 47, so pickup of 6 for Kelvin Martin, his 9th catch of the year, 101st of his career. And here's a nice hole for Stratford, but a flag as he crosses midfield. So probably a hold coming up against Boston College, taking away a nice Stratford run, finally stopped by number 60, Ken Masterson. The old penalty bugaboo.
Penalty, boy, sneaking up on him again. Looks like a holding penalty. Might have been Steve Trapello.
Well, the hold against Boston College will take away what would have been a first down effort for Troy Stratford.
No, the Boston College has had the worst of both worlds. Here we have some of the first quarter statistics.
Look at the rushing yards, 28-7. Total yards, 97-32. And time of possession, 10:31 to 4:19. And what those stats don't show you is that Bobby Waters, the SMU quarterback, a perfect 7 for 7 in that first quarter.
Well, 2 weeks ago against Penn State, referees were very unforgiving.
Offense, second down.
And probably the reason being is that head coach up at Penn State is on the rules committee in the NCAA, and here we have a referee court that's all Southwest Conference referees. They just can't seem to get a break.
Sean Halloran calling his signals on 2nd down and 9. Ball is at the Eagles 41, and the deep drop, looking deep, and decided not to pull the trigger. He was looking for Marcus Cherry down the left sideline, but thought the better of it and was brought down.
Sean right here gets the hot feet.
That's John Eichman. John Eichman, the right defensive end, came up with his 2nd sack of the year, and the Eagles were worried about him coming in, number 65.
Here we see Sean Allen dropping back. He's got the time, feels the pressure coming. Unfortunately, Troy Stratford was wide open about 5 yards downfield.
Well, a loss of 1 will bring up a 3rd and 10. Eagles have it back at their own 41. Kelvin Martin to the top of your screen, Waddle and Flutie to the bottom. The lone setback is Bronner. And on 3rd down, here comes the blitz. Number 12, Donald Allen, and number 92, Terrence Mann, who comes up with a sack. His 3rd sack of the year. Another frustrating offensive possession for the Eagles. They'll punt it away with under 13 and a half left in the second quarter. They trail the Mustangs 7-0.
Looks like the turf toe's feeling a bit better. Here we see right here, we get a little pressure coming from the safety. Sean Halloran just can't get out of the pocket there and make something out of the play.
David Rooney punting it, gets a nice spiraling boot, and Jimmy Young will call for the fair catch at his own 24-yard line. Well, the Boston College Eagles, trailing it by the score of 7-0, have not been able to generate any offense at all. And the Mustangs, under Bobby Waters, who's a perfect 7 for 7, have taken it 86 yards for their lone touchdown so far here this evening in Texas. 13 minutes, 9 seconds left here in the second quarter at Texas Stadium in Irving. Boston College and SMU battling for the first time, Pete Cronin, and so far SMU with the better of things, leading 7-0, and SMU's defense really setting the tempo for their offense.
Well, they're taking advantage of several Boston College mistakes. Every time BC seems to get something going, they come up with a penalty. These penalties are really they're going to keep Boston College offense really in a hole all evening, unless they learn to correct those. Here we see total yards, Boston College well behind SMU. But without those penalties, BC might be in a better position.
Now 17 minutes of football, just 38 yards for the Eagles, and that speaks volumes. 7-0 SMU. And a 1st and 10 for Bobby Waters at his own 24. And the give is to the fullback, and he doesn't get much. Perhaps just back to the line of scrimmage for Bobby Morrison. Morrison and Tony Brown will alternate. You see Morrison leaving. And those his stats coming into tonight's ball game.
Coming into the game tonight, Boston College defense expected the option. On the other hand, SMU felt Boston College hadn't seen a lot of it. That's why they're running it. Here it is.
Waters looking for Jacobs, and he has him. All the way down to the BC 46-yard line. Well, Bobby Waters been the story. He is now 8 for 8 in the football game. That time he picked up close to 30 yards to his split end Jeffrey Jacobs, the junior from Dallas. And that was a perfect throw, Pete.
Well, if we watch the replay here, he's going to pump the short one, get the cornerback to bite, look up. It's called an out and up. And the receiver, a well-thrown ball. And actually, the cornerback isn't in a bad position.
Vinny Munn, who saw it go for 30 yards. Here's the pitch back to Atkins. And Atkins gets inside the 40, down to the 38. Oh, a pickup of 7 for Jeff Atkins, who will sometime this season move into the 4th spot on the SMU rushing list behind a few guys you've heard of. Dickerson, Craig James, and Reggie Dupart.
Last of the long list of great ones. Maybe not the last. The next.
And Jeff Atkins, he will line up behind Tony Brown here on 2nd down and 3 from the 38. Ron Morris is back into the football game. Thought he was out with the ankle injury, and here is Atkins. Lots of running room down to the 30.
That's a pretty nice football play right there. SMU takes the left offensive guard and tackle, blocks one way, brings the right offensive guard and tackle, brings them the other way.
Well, a look at Atkins on his 8-yard pickup.
Here we see the guard and tackle coming around the corner. Nice play.
Eddie Duran, the free safety, getting it.
Well, the thing to remember there, you get a 300-pound offensive tackle turning that corner.
It's David Richards, number 77. 7-0 SMU, 11:30 left in the second quarter, and a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the BC 30. And here's Atkins again. Now picks up another 6 yards, maybe 7, down to the 23-yard line. Romanowski and number 81, Andy Hemmer, over there on the sideline. Hemmer had a big week 2 weeks ago against Penn State when he filled in for Bill Thompson and came up with 12 tackles and a sack. But right now, Jeff Atkins chewing up the AstroTurf here in Texas. Picked up 15 yards in his last 2 carries. And Atkins, a guy with 13 100-yard games in his career. And SMU has won 12 of those football games. 2nd down and 3 from the BC 23. And this is Tony Brown getting just to the 20-yard line.
That right there, that's the key to shutting down the option, is shutting down that dive. They've got to shut down the dive.
Make a correction, that was number 39, Jed Martin, their 3rd fullback. He is a sophomore from Euless, Texas, who had a big game against TCU last week. And this will be close to the 1st down. Here's Jed Martin, had the 59 yards and 4 carries against TCU. Picks up the 1st down with his first carry tonight. So SMU will have it. 1st and 10 at the Eagles 20. And the Mustangs already in front, 7-zip with 11:18 left in this second quarter.
Jed Martin with some pretty impressive statistics. 10-yard average per carry. Go for
10 first downs to 3. Mustangs have dominated this thing so far. Ron Morris in motion across your screen. Waters looking for his 9th straight completion, and he'll get it, plus a touchdown. That is Ron Morris, who went out with the ankle injury earlier and comes up with a touchdown grab here, his 10th career touchdown pass. And his 2nd this season. Well, 13-0 Mustangs.
That's a great play by SMU quarterback. 2-receiver combination. They took one receiver, ran him short. Second one ran him to the corner. Boston College biting the short one. The old saying, don't cover the decoys. Unfortunately, they did.
Morris wide open. Waters hit him with the 20-yard score, his 6th touchdown pass of the year, and Brownlee hits on his 12th consecutive point after this season. Well, with 10:58 left in the second quarter in Texas, been all the Texas team, the SMU Mustangs out in front of the Boston College Eagles, 14-0, and we'll have more here on Nesson in just a moment. Well, here we have the replay of this touchdown throw from Bobby Waters.
Oh, Boston College looked like they're in a zone defense. The strong safety just can't get over there. Put the pressure on the cornerback, number 2, one more time. They're going after the rookie. Waters turns a corner. He can run it or pass it. Takes the option, decides to throw the ball. Nice play by SMU.
Yeah, Ron Morris was just saying, hurry up and get here. I'm wide open. And right now, Bobby Waters is still perfect. 9 for 9. We have him for 116 yards and a touchdown. And his SMU Mustangs looking for their 3rd win in their 4th football game. Right now, they have cruised to a 14-0 lead, Pete Cronin. 10:58 left in the second quarter. Already been a very long night of football for the Boston College Eagle defense. And a very short night for the offense. They just haven't been on the field very much. Just 3 first downs to this point.
You know, it's not very warm here right now, but if it was a little bit warmer, this would really have a very dramatic effect on Boston College effectiveness on defense. Boston College defense, they need a rest. Boston College offense are the only people who can give it to them.
Brownlee's boot is coming to Tyrone Taylor at the 1-yard line. Across the 20, really stuck at the 22. Great special teams work by the Mustangs. Kick return of about 22 yards and a big stick by Brad Pavito, number 18, the backup free safety.
It's a nice play, boy, an opportunity for a guy to come in here who's not starting. Here's the opportunity. We see Orfeo Calalori speaking to the defensive line. He's standing there wondering.
LBC will begin this drive at their own 24. Sean Halloran, the quarterback, with the fullback John Browner, the tailback Jim Bell behind him. Halloran looking for Flutie, has him complete, 37-yard line. Pickup of 13 and a first down for Boston College, just their 4th first down of the football game.
It looks like Boston College has decided to get away from their running game a little bit now, and they're going to try to get those linebackers to play a little bit deeper, throwing these intermediate routes. That's the vulnerability of this defense.
Flutie is out. Number 44, Sean Dombrowski, is in. He is wide to the right with Martin in the slot. And here's Troy Stratford, spun down almost immediately by the linebacker David West, number 52, a junior from Burleson, Texas. And a short pickup for Stratford, just a yard, will bring up 2nd and 9 from the BC 38.
Well, down a distance situation would tell you there's a strong possibility that Boston College is going to run the screen of the draw here. 2nd and long, a very common call.
10 minutes left, second quarter. BC needs a score, down 14-zip. Time for Halloran, nobody open. Halloran looking for Kelvin Martin, and he has him just shy of the first down at the 46-yard line. A pickup of 8 for Kelvin Martin. And that time Halloran looked pretty good standing in the pocket trying to find the receiver. Finally did spot somebody in Kelvin Martin.
Showed a lot of confidence bringing up the 3rd and 1 situation. I have to correct something I said earlier. We're going to look right here. We're going to see Sean Halloran staying in there. He has confidence in his protection. Looking. Great coverage by the SMU defense. Throwing on the run. Nice throw, nice catch. They bring up the 3rd and 1. Coaches want to hit short yardage, 3rd and 1. They've got to go. They've got to get 100%.
Looking for the tight end, Pat Walsh, and he has him. The freshman has the first down inside Mustang territory at the 41. How about that call, Pete Cronin, on 3rd down and 1?
That's a big, big play for the Boston College offense. They convert on a 3rd and 1 situation. They maybe get away from what they've done on the characteristic in the past, where they run relatively conservative, they stay running inside. They throw the ball, they find SMU in a soft defensive coverage, they pick up big yardage, and here they find themselves in the best field position of the night.
At the SMU 41 with 9:45 left in the second, BC trailing 14-0. And this is John Bronner getting just a yard. Bruising Mr. Bronner ran right into the wrecking ball, number 34, Jerry Ball, the All-American defensive tackle. And Pete, we talked about it earlier. They wanted tonight to run right at Jerry Ball, the 6', 278-pound senior.
Well, they felt that he was definitely probably the best athlete in the defensive line, and by running away from him, he could utilize his great skill of pursuit. Running at him is going to be a little bit more tougher, a little more difficult on him.
From the 40, 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Bronner and Stratford in the eye. This is Stratford, and this is Kelvin Martin with some running room on the sideline. 35, 30, 25, and to the 21-yard line. Pickup of 19 yards for Kelvin Martin on the end around.
Nice trick play right there. Kelvin Martin, very interesting. Very rarely you see a quarterback throwing a block. We'll see Sean Halloran here in front. Well, now watch Sean Halloran look for the block as we turn the corner. Can't tell me he doesn't want to win. Throws the block. Actually helps the run out. Gets him about maybe an extra 14 yards in that play.
Well, tapping the outstanding athletic ability for Kelvin Martin, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida. 1st and 10 Eagles at the SMU 21. On the delay, they give to Stratford. And Stratford runs right into Rudy Harmon, the linebacker, number 56, and just a pickup of 2.
This drive right here, I'd have to say, is the drive of the game right now. With Boston College not being able to really get the offense going, they find themselves right now inside scoring territory. They have to get points. They have to get at least 3 points out of this.
Well, they've held Stratford pretty good so far, have the Mustangs. Just the 13 yards and 7 carries. Troy looking to just bust one open. 2nd down here and 8 for the Eagles at the Mustang 19. The sophomore Marcus Cherry in motion. And here's Stratford with some running room. Inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. Pickup of 8 for Troy Stratford. He should have the first down.
There you see why Mike Godbolt says it's going to take him 20 carries to be effective. First 5 or 6 times he carried the ball, didn't seem to get anywhere. Here we see, here he's going to cut back. This play actually is not designed to go over that hole. It's designed to go over the left side of the television screen right here. But Troy, he sees the action, he sees the hole, and he takes it back left.
Also saw a little bit of Jerry Ball at the end of that run. Good pursuit downfield for the All-American right tackle. There's a timeout here at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. The Eagles marching downfield with 7:40 left in the second quarter. Our score is SMU 14, Boston College nothing. More in just a moment here on the New England Sports Network. And the Boston College Eagles looking at, I would guess, their biggest 3rd down so far in the football game, Pete Cronin. They're trailing 14-0 with 7:40 left in the second quarter, and they have a 3rd down less than a yard at the SMU 12.
Well, this is their third and short situation, this drive. Very, very important play right here for Boston College.
Bronner, the fullback, the lone setback. He gets the give and has the first down with plenty of room to spare. Big John Bronner, the junior fullback from Trenton, New Jersey. Now Mike Godbolt, the running back coach at BC, says, I expect Bronner to get at least 3 every time he touches it. Coming in, he averaging 6 yards per carry.
All he's going to do is fall forward. The guy's about 8 feet tall.
Weighing in at 220 pounds and could weigh considerably more. He might come in next year at 230. Big first down for BC. They have it now 1st and goal at the Mustang 8. And looking to get their first on the board. They give it again to Bronner. Inside the 5 down to the 3. Bill Bronner picking up 5 and getting closer to end zone.
This is very interesting. Boston College. Jack Bicknell, characteristically pretty wide open guy, has gone to a very conservative, very bread and butter type offense. Hand the ball off to the fullback. Let him take the ball up inside. You see John Bronner runs with a lot of confidence. He's a big guy, and it took 4 SMU players to bring him down.
Terrence Mann, number 92, wrapping him up. 3 across for BC. And again, it is Bronner still on his feet, and he crawls into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. John Bronner rumbling in from 3 yards away. His first Boston College touchdown.
Well, Jack McNeil highly criticized 2 weeks ago for Troy Stratford. The call is Troy Stratford to take the ball and throw it in the end zone, the option pass. Why didn't you keep the ball on the ground? Give it to Bronner. Here we see. Hand off to Bronner, just simple. Right up inside. You see the kind of power he possesses in those legs. And here, almost down. Puts the hand down, goes into the end zone. Nice play.
And Brian Lowe will try to hit his 4th point after the year and go 4 for 4. And he does. Well, a big drive for Boston College, getting themselves back in the football game with 6:42 left in this second quarter. Our score now at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. The SMU Mustangs 14 and the Boston College Eagles 7. John Bronner making his first start of the season for Boston College at fullback. And he caps off the 11-play, 76-yard drive. Earlier tonight, SMU with a 16-play, 86-yard drive. So BC answering back for the first time tonight. Prior to this drive, they had just 3 first downs in the football game.
Very nice drive also. SMU didn't cooperate with Boston College. They didn't give them the penalty, and they didn't. Boston College, fortunately, didn't turn the ball over. A nice drive by the Boston College offense. They'll do a lot for their confidence. And also on the sidelines, Jack McNeil is saying, hey, listen, let's go back to the basic running approach. We'll use that intermediate passing game when we need it. I think that just this drive right here is going to make a big difference in their play calling from here on out.
Well, will also make a difference, I would think. Now the Mustangs know number 90 can really tote the mail. Maybe that'll free things up for Troy Stratford.
Well, the 1-2 punch, it's very important that a guy like Bronner gets in there and gets those 3-4 yard clips. Makes in the type of plays that they run very simple. Inside, they call it a belly action, where the quarterback turns and just hands it off to the fullback. Soften up that middle. Get Troy Stratford on the outside. He's very dangerous in the open field.
Well, number 1 is Jimmy Young, the freshman from San Antonio, Texas. He is the single safety man for Brian Lowe's boot here. High end over end kick. Coming the Young 6-yard line. And look out. He gets across the 20, keeps chugging up to about the 23-yard line. For BC, I think it was Joe DeFranco that made the initial hit on an 18-yard kickoff return for Jimmy Young.
Good aggressive play by the Boston College special teams. Initial hit made behind the 20-yard line. You got to wrap him and take him down.
Well, besides putting 7 points on the board, Pete, that drive also kept perfect Bobby Waters on the sideline. This guy comes back, the SMU quarterback, 9 for 9, yet to throw the incompletion, and he has a touchdown pass. He's got Tony Brown and Jeff Atkins behind him. Jacobs and Morris is split ends. And here's Atkins on the pitch. Getting up near the 29-yard line, picking up 5, wrapped up by the defensive end, Bill Thompson, number 46. Thompson, the junior from Trenton, New Jersey, who twisted a knee in the Penn State game, and he is one of the Eagles that really used the week off last week to get himself ready to play.
Boston College had time employing a very aggressive style of play towards the option. They attacked the quarterback, forced the early pitch. That may be a decision that they made upstairs. They decided to be much more aggressive on the quarterback.
Morris in motion. The give is to Atkins on second down. He is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage back at the 28. John Boza, number 97, and number 72, Tom Burrell, wrapping up Atkins. So a loss of 1 will bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs.
Tough call right here for SMU. They've had a lot of effectiveness on the ground here, but 3rd and 4. It's a passing situation right here. Boston College, we'll see how they decide to play it.
Big play in the football game. SMU leading by 7. Pass deflected by Thompson, and it is picked off by Boston College's Eric Lindstrom, the defensive end at the 27. Well, a great big defensive play. Thompson batted it up into the air. He is one defensive end. The other defensive end picks it out of the air. Eric Lindstrom.
Eric Lindstrom really coming on this year. Defensive coaches noted he had to have a great year. He's having it. Here we see the ball deflected by number 46, Billy Thompson, and then it's a free-for-all. Nice play by Eric. And there's the instincts right there. He wants to turn. He'll take the whole thing. He'll take 5 or 6 guys on his back, carry the ball into the end zone if he gets a chance.
Maybe a turning point with 5:19 left in the second. Halloran looking for a quick 6, looking for Flutie, and that is picked off.
No catch, no catch.
Oh, Frankie Thomas thought he had it, but the referee said, no way, you trapped the football. Well,
like,
almost 2 straight turnovers.
It looked like a short hop to Larry Boa to me. I don't know. The fans here must be watching another game.
You know, 2 turnovers to zip, and BC would like to capitalize on this one. They did nothing with the fumble in the first quarter. Well, the interception for Lindstrom, the first pass that Waters threw, that wasn't complete in 10 throws. And here's Jim Bell. Nothing much on the right side. He is bumped to the 31.
Well, you know what happened there is Jimmy Bell is much faster than the lineman. He actually beat the lineman outside. If he had waited just a moment, he might have been able to cut that thing back and got some good yardage out of it.
I said 31. It is on the 26, or near the 26, as Jimmy Bell comes off. Bell, the junior from Madison, Connecticut. Pretty good tailback behind Troy Stratford, who goes in motion. The lone setback is Jim Turner, and Halloran looking to throw on 3rd and 9. Firing complete. Kelvin Martin down at the 10-yard line. Nice pitch and catch. Number 15, Mark Vincent, the corner, covering Martin, but a 16-yard gain on 3rd and 9.
Hey, the thing that's really jumping up right in my face right here is the type of protection the offensive line's given Sean Halloran. Sean's standing back there. He's saying, hey, I'm going for broke. He's standing in there, and he's throwing the ball with a lot of confidence right there. Good coverage. Great throw, great catch.
Now, Kelvin Martin's done pretty well here in this first half, which has 4:15 left. BC trails by a touchdown, but they're threatening. And here's Stratford still on his feet. Gets inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. So a tough pickup of 2 for Stratford, who was finally put down by number 15, Mark Vincent, the junior corner from Fort Worth, Texas.
You see Stratford beating his lineman around the corner. And also, actually, the offensive tackle, Steve Trapello, looked like he ran Stratford over. That's a little timing thing. I'm sure they're going to discuss it at halftime, iron this out.
Halloran has Flutie wide to the right side, and Gregory in the slot on 2nd down and 8. And here's Stratford. Stratford inside the 5 down, close to the 2. Troy Stratford running well off tackle. Stopped on the play by number 24, Derek Reed. And number 26, the strong safety, Dick Sherrick, a sophomore from Dallas.
It's called using your head right there. Helmet come flying off. I guess that's why they're so hard. Get the strap on there, keep it on. He's got his chin strap stuck in the helmet. Here we see right here, just a simple lead play. Get a good block on the outside. Good block on the outside there by number 19, Chuck Gregory.
Now Stratford needs some headgear repair. Headgear repair, I should say. 2:55 left in the second quarter. Eagles trying to tie the football game up. They're down 14-7. And here is the bull, John Bronner, and he fumbled the football. Not much for Bronner that time. Coughed it up. But BC keeps the football.
Is it a first down? You know, if it's a first down right here, we'll get a measurement. Big play. Big play for Boston College. Decision time if it's not a first down for Jack Bicknell. Take the 3. Move within 4. Or take the shot. Turning the ball over is deep in SMU territory.
Well, it is decision time for Jack Bicknell of Boston College. Well, Jack Bicknell in his 6th year looking for his 38th victory.
They're going for it. They're going for it.
Now a little gusto, Texas style here at Texas Stadium, where the Eagles trail SMU 14-7. 4th down inches at the Mustang 1 with 2:41 left in the second quarter.
And John Bronner's out of the game.
You've got Jim Turner, your fullback, Troy Stratford, the tailback, and Martin, lone receiver to the right.
Unbalanced line.
Here's Stratford diving in for the touchdown. On 4th and inches from the 1, Stratford gets 6, and the Eagles right back in business, trailing 14-13.
That's big play time right there. Jack Bicknell, a real gutsy call. Real gutsy call. Gave the ball to his bread and butter guy, Troy Stratford. Boston College comes out with an unbalanced line. Maybe surprised SMU just a little bit. Put an awful lot of beef over on the right side of the ball. Hey, get the 3-point stance, reestablish the line of scrimmage, 2 yards in the end zone.
BC a point after away from tying this football game up, and Brian Lowe boots it through the uprights. Hell, the Eagles not long ago in the second quarter were trailing SMU 14-0. But right now, with 2:34 left in this second period, we're all even. SMU and Boston College at 14 apiece. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Following the Eric Lindstrom interception for Boston College, Troy Stratford put it in the end zone on 4th and inches from the SMU 1. Very big drive, a momentum changer in this football game, Pete Cronin.
Here we have the Stratford touchdown. You know, offensive coaches teach, score with your man. The offensive line coach says you're going to line up, you're going to score with your man, knock him into the end zone. That's just what the Boston College offensive line did. Big momentum shift right here for Boston College. The interception, as you mentioned. The key ingredients for Boston College after the interception, they didn't beat themselves. Number one, they didn't have any penalties. Number two, they didn't turn the ball over. And number three, most importantly, a couple key third down situations they capitalized on.
7 plays, 27 yards on the scoring drive following the turnover. And Jack Bicknell has to be happy with at least one thing here in this first half. His club down 14-0, never quit. And they're right back in it now, all tied at 14 with 2:34 left before halftime. As Brian Lowe will boot it away to Jimmy Young. Short kick. Young takes it 15. Young to the 25, still on his feet, and finally put down by Andy Hemmer. Dale Hemmer, very valuable football player on this Eagle team, stopping Young after the 10-yard return, but Hemmer can play defensive end, and as we see, run the special teams especially well.
Well, he's an outside linebacker or defensive end, whatever you want to call him. They're probably one of the most valuable players by position on the team because they're expected to contribute on special teams as well as play down and distance. Being a former linebacker, I can appreciate that style of play.
Now Bobby Waters will tee it up. He's 9 for 10. His lone incompletion, the interception that gave BC the momentum to score their last touchdown as Kobe Morrison gets the give, the fullback. And Kobe takes it up near the 30-yard line. So a pickup of close to 3 on first down.
Boston College defense right here. Here's the first drive after an interception. They have to again force SMU to turn the ball back over to Boston College. Boston College may find themselves with good defensive play with the ball with the potential of getting more points before the half.
9 for 10, 118 yards. And here's Jeff Atkins. Lots of running room for Atkins across the 35 up near the 36. Be a little bit short of the first down, but he gets 6 yards on the give.
Big play time for the Boston College defense. 3rd and short. Here we see the counter play. They bring that big tackle around the corner, 300 pounds. They drive a Mack truck through there.
Dave Nugent, number 71, the first to put the helmet on Atkins. 3rd down and 1 from the 36. And this is Atkins again, and he has the first down, slanting to his left, getting close to the 39. Now Jeff Atkins misses his buddy Reggie Dupart just a bit. Those two had 9 games where each of them went over 100 yards, and that's second best in the Pony Express Derby to what Jason Dickerson did. They had a dozen games when they both went over 100 yards. Now Bobby Collins looking at it with 1:05 to play. Waters going deep for Ron Morris, who is out there with Steve Williams, and this one is incomplete. And I'll tell you something, Williams was step for step with the speedy split end Morris.
Boy, that's fine coverage right there. Morris trying to break away, trying to get him, as we're finding out real fast. Steve Williams is educating himself. They're giving an awful lot of work thus far. The guy runs a 4.49 40-yard dash. He's certainly got the speed. Just can't outthink himself out there. That time we get an example of how fast he can go. He looked like the primary receiver.
2nd down and 10 for SMU. We're tied at 14. The Mustangs have it at their own 38. Waters looking to throw again. Has a man. Morris incomplete. Eddie Duran, the free safety, covering, and Morris just couldn't pull that one in. Morris already has a touchdown catch tonight. A second quarter 20-yarder from Bobby Waters. And Waters is human. He's missed his last 3.
There's an interesting part of that play right there. The ball is obviously overthrown, but Ed Duran is in the position to make his job an awful lot easier. The ball being overthrown, we call that hanging the receiver out to dry. You hang him out to dry, he reaches up, he's got unprotected ribs. It's a great shot for a cornerback or a safety to come in and intimidate that receiver.
3rd down and 10 for Waters, who's 9 for 12 here this evening. Has some time. Hit as he throws it. Incomplete. Throwing for Morris across the middle. And John Bosa really put Waters down as he threw the football. And again, Ed Duran right there with Ron Morris.
Good pressure right there. John Bosa, he's a right-handed quarterback. John coming in from the right side. He can't help but see him. That incompletion is charged to the defensive line.
Yeah, first punt tonight for Dodge Carter.
Dodge, yes, he got our award for best name from Texas.
A career 43-yard average. You see his numbers this year just under 41. And he boots it to Kelvin Martin. Short kick, taken 27. And a nice bit of running for Martin. 13-yard return up to the 40-yard line. Tony Shellman, the backup tight end, in on the stop along with Derek Reed.
You know, Dodge got a 40.8-yard punting average, and a lot of it has to do with Texas Stadium right here. This is an ideal place to punt and kick the ball. There's no wind. Rarely do you have ice. Rains occasionally. And you know the hole in the roof. You know why they have a hole in the roof?
No, why don't you tell me about
Well,
that?
there's a little story down here that says the Dallas Cowboys play in this stadium. They say that's so God can watch his team play.
All right. 1st and 10 for Halloran. Looking over the middle. Can't get it away. Goes down. Sean Halloran couldn't get away, and John Robinson put him down. Check it. That was A.J. Miller, number 36. A loss of a couple.
And Sean looking downfield right here. He's dancing, looking. A little bit too much pressure. Decides not to throw the ball. Can't see it on the monitor, but he couldn't get enough zip on the ball to get it there without running the risk of an interception. Probably a wise move, pulling it down.
2nd down and 13. Stratford doesn't get much. Back to the original line of scrimmage, the 39. Stopping the clock with just 1 second left in this first half of play.
Let's go, BC. Second half is hot.
Stay with us before we go to the half, because Chuck Curtis will be down on the sideline and he'll chat with SMU Mustang coach Bobby Collins. And before the start of the second half, we'll hear from Coach Jack Bicknell. Well, the Eagles and Mustangs all evened at 14, and Sean Halloran has one last shot at it with a second to play in the second quarter. And the Eagles play it safe, give it a Jimmy Turner, and that will do it. First half of play. LSMU taking the 14-0 lead. Boston College coming back with 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter. At halftime, we're all even. The Mustangs and the Eagles at 14. And we'll go down to the field, join Chuck Curtis with SMU coach Bobby Collins.
Bobby, the first quarter was lots of fun, and then you were earning your keep this last quarter, weren't we?
Well, we sure were. You know, we felt like that they had a 3rd down play where the ball skipped, and they called it completed pass, which gave them a 1st down. Otherwise, they would turn the ball back over to us. They went on, drove for their first score, and then we gave them the interception to give them a second score. So where we had the ball sort of under control, ball game under control, now then it's a dogfight.
Yeah. In fact, the first quarter you had probably twice as much game time as they did.
Right.
I bet Ron Morris, when he was down on the ground over there a while ago, made the old heart beat a little bit.
It did, and you know, I think it's just, it looks like he twisted a little bit. He's got a little bit of, he hurts a little bit in the ankle, a little bit in the knee. I think he's going to be able to finish up this game if it doesn't get stiff at half. And you know, we need him in our attack, there's no doubt.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Back upstairs.
Coach of the SMU Mustangs, Bobby Collins, not happy with the score on the board. We're at halftime here at Texas Stadium in Irving, and our score, SMU 14, Boston College 14. More here on Nesson in just a moment. Well, we're ready for the third quarter of action here at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, where SMU and BC are tied at 14. Here's a look at the first touchdown tonight, and that is Jeff Atkins from 2 yards out. That kept an 85-yard drive in 17 plays, put SMU up 7-0. They went up 14-0 when Waters hit a wide-open Morris here.
Oh, Boston College breaks the coverage. Morris finds the hole. Touchdown. Pretty simple.
Waters was still perfect at that point. That was a 76-yard, 7-play drive. Here was a big play by BC, the reverse to Kelvin Martin on a 3rd down.
Well, this is probably the thing that turned the momentum for Boston College. The pivotal play in that quarter Kelvin Martin turning a big play for Boston College.
And John Bronner, the big fullback, capped off this 76-yard drive in 11 plays.
John Bronner showed right here how strong he is. He is really a powerful runner and a real added dimension to the Boston College offense.
His first TD, this was on 4th and inches for BC. They give it to Stratford.
Airborne, he says, Troy, get the ball in the end zone for me. You take your best football player, you give it to your best football player, and you got to score a touchdown.
That tied it at 14. After one quarter, it was all SMU. They led it 7-0. BC had just 3 first downs in the first period of play. Was not a pretty quarter of football. I should say the first quarter of play for Boston College. They got it going in the second quarter, and there you see it. 12 first downs to 9 favor the Mustangs. Rushing yardage pretty even. Passing yardage edge to SMU. The total yards close. Mustangs with the advantage there. But on the scoreboard, we're all even at 14 apiece.
Here's a shot of Barrett Gallup, probably one of the legends in college recruiting right there. A great recruiter. The guy has turned it into a science, and along with his role as a receiver coach, he is also the top recruiter for Boston College.
Well, we'll be back with the second half kickoff and some words from Jack Bicknell in just a moment. Well, the SMU Mustangs have lost just 4 games here at Texas Stadium in the last 5 years, but at halftime, getting set for this third quarter of action, BC and SMU are all evened at 14. And before our second half kickoff, let's go down to the field to Chuck Curtis and hear from Coach Jack Bicknell.
Coach Bicknell, is it true that you like country and western music and horses?
I really do, and I'm from the East, but we got our work cut out here. SMU's playing hard. Our kids came back from 14-0. I'm pleased with them.
Well, you've certainly had good luck in the past few years coming to Texas. Are you going to move your home games to Texas?
No, but we like it down here. The people are great.
Well, did you do anything different in the second quarter that turned it around so?
No, we started to figure out what they were doing, and we adjusted a little bit as things went on, but we got a whole half to go, and it's a critical half for us.
Well, it's a great football game, and best of luck to you. And back upstairs to you.
LBC will kick it off to SMU. Jimmy Young back in single safety formation. Brian Lowe will boot it from the 35. Now we've got a good second half in store for you here on Nesson. Hope you're enjoying this football game from Irving, Texas. Here's Jimmy Young up to the 20 and really sticked at the 20-yard line by Andy Hammer, number 81. Well, he has stood out tonight, Pete Cronin, on the special teams.
Boy, I'll tell you, Andy Hammer is showing his value here as a special teams performer. He's made probably 3 or 4 of the last plays on special teams, not to mention a couple of great big defensive plays for Boston College.
Pete, when we looked at the halftime statistics, one thing we didn't see, time of possession after the second quarter. BC really had the football quite a bit. Time of possession coming into the second half, 15:54 for BC, 14:06 for the Mustangs, who started off 1st and 10 from their 20. And this is Jeff Atkins. On his feet, gets up to the 24-yard line. And Jeff Atkins, first half, had 50 yards in 14 carries, had the touchdown run. And, of course, when Atkins goes over 100 yards, this SMU team very, very tough to beat. 12-1 when Atkins has 100 yards. And he's halfway there, and we're halfway through.
Halftime. Yes, sir. Ironic how it works out.
Second down 6 for SMU, their own 24. Waters throwing incomplete to the tight end, Albert Reese. And that was a play that worries Boston College.
That's a touchdown right there if the ball's thrown on the money. That's a real fine football play. All the action is away from where the ball's going to be thrown. Bobby Waters takes 2 steps, makes it look like the option. Turns, you got one-on-one coverage backside. Boy, if he puts the ball, all he has to do is throw the ball. It's a touchdown.
Now, Waters, 8 for 8 at one time tonight, has missed his last 5. And here it is 3rd down and 7 from their own 24. Waters looking to throw. Incomplete, intended for the tight end, Albert Reese. Carl Creshpain with strong safety covering. And all of a sudden, this Mustang offense is cooled off.
Well, a lot of it has to do with the pressure Boston College defense is starting to put on them. At halftime, Jack Bicknell mentioned that they've kind of figured out what they were trying to accomplish. They made a few adjustments. Big difference in the amount of pressure that Waters is being exposed to. It's tough to throw the ball when you have a lot of pressure on you.
Just the second punt tonight for Dodge Carter, punting it to Kelvin Martin. Pretty spiral taken in by Martin at the 29. Martin to the 40, to the 45, still on his feet. Out of bounds he goes at the 46-yard line. A 16-yard return for Kelvin Martin, who has begun tonight to do the things he does so well, catch passes and return punts. First half, Martin had 3 catches to lead Boston College.
Here we find Boston College first possession of the half on their own 46-yard line. That's not bad field position for Boston College. Coach would like to start there every time if he could.
Sean Halloran, first half, 8 for 11, 80 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked 4 times. Flutie to the bottom of your screen. Halloran looking that way, fires intended to Stratford. 45, nice move. Stratford weaving and dodging to midfield. Just a pickup of 4, but a very pretty completion on the Stratford gallop.
It's a real nice play by Boston College.
And that's Boston College. You see, they started very slowly, but a couple of touchdowns before the halftime break. So the 14-point second quarter brings them back into it. And SMU started with the fumble, picked up 2 touchdowns. Interception led to the BC touchdown. Second down, 6 for the Eagles at midfield.
Halloran calling an audible.
And giving it to Stratford. And Stratford getting close to the first down, getting across the 45 inside the 44.
Sean Halloran obviously noticed something in the defensive lineup of SMU. He stopped his cadence, turned, and called an audible. They must have found a weakness in that defense. Obviously, we see here the weakness results in a first down for Boston College.
Well, Stratford with the 6-yard pickup gets the first down and gets 43 yards for the night. Stratford needs 51 to move past Keith Barnett into the number 2 spot on the all-time Eagle rushing list. 14 for 44 for Stratford. And on first down, Halloran taking a good look and is almost picked off by Mark Vincent. Intended for Darren Flutie, the junior from Natick, Massachusetts, number 24.
Boy, that might have been a good play that Sean threw the ball behind him. There were 3 SMU defenders hovering. They would have been a perfect pass to maybe avoid an interception.
Now for the Eagles, second down and 10. The SMU 43. Just a couple of minutes into this third quarter here in Irving, Texas. The Mustangs and the Eagles tied at 14. Halloran has Stratford wide open. And he dropped it at the 37-yard line.
Boy, can I hold on to the ball, Troy. Now he's saying to himself, gosh, I wish I could get that one back. It's unfortunate. Quarterbacks are often criticized for their throwing percentage. Very little emphasis is placed on the guy receiving the ball. He's got to catch the good throws.
Yes, Stratford probably think about some upfield activity and lost the football. And Jack Bicknell will see if his guys can pick it up on 3rd and 10 from the Mustang 43-yard line. Kelvin Martin in motion. Halloran looking, firing for Stratford, and that is incomplete and not even close.
SMU putting the heat on him. SMU putting the heat on right there. As we saw Boston College do to the SMU offensive passing approach, here we see SMU do the same thing to Boston College. It's very tough to throw the ball under pressure.
And we'll see David Rooney to punt it away on 4th down and 10. Again, it is number 1, Jimmy Young, the freshman from San Antonio. The deep setback as Rooney angles it for the corner and gets it there. Well, the punt goes out of bounds. They mark it at the 12-yard line.
It's a nice punt right there, taking the ball at the 12-yard line. SMU finds themselves with an 88-yard drive for points. They did it in the first half. Boston College hopes it's not a carbon copy here in the second half.
Yeah, just a 29-yard punt, but it did the job, pinning SMU back inside their own 13. Well, we invite you to be with us next Tuesday night. We'll have the Boston College Maryland game. And the Maryland Terps under Coach Bobby Ross faring well. They are 3-1 on the season, had this past weekend off, and we'll go down to Byrd Stadium in College Park. The Eagles and the Maryland Terrapins next Tuesday night. You'll see it right here on Nesson at 7:30 and then again at 11:30. That should be a fun weekend of football.
Well, quarterback down here is Dan Henning, son of head coach of Atlanta Falcons, Dan Henning. He's really had himself a year. It's going to be wide open.
Well, the Terrapins getting victories this year over Vanderbilt, West Virginia, and Pittsburgh, stubbing their toe in the ACC against North Carolina State. But we'll see Boston College and Maryland on the road at Byrd Stadium next weekend, and you'll see it here on Nesson Tuesday evening at 7:30. Right here, we've got 12:35 left in our third quarter. SMU and Boston College trading punches, and we're tied up at 14 apiece. Along with Pete Cronin, the former BC captain, I'm Eric Reed. Now, Pete, this is a perfect night here at Texas Stadium. Cool by Texan standards, but a very comfortable night to watch and play in a football game.
This is perfect for Texas. Texas characteristically can be very, very hot down here. The big guys certainly appreciate it. Those over 250, I mean.
Well, 1st and 10 for Bobby Waters and the SMU Mustangs at their own 13-yard line. Ron Morris to the left, Jacobs wide side right. Waters is smothered as he kept on the option by John Bosa. All you saw was number 97 around somebody in blue.
I think at halftime they told John Bosa, he's all yours. He comes on that corner in the option. We're going to see it right here. Bosa avoids. Oh, what a nice play. Bosa just biting that little inside dive move. Didn't take the fake all the way. Continued to penetrate. Made a big play for Boston College defense.
Yeah, the co-captain wrapped up the quarterback for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 from their own 10. Ron Morris in motion. The I running backs. This is Jeff Atkins with some running room. And he is spilled at the 18-yard line, maybe the 19. Coming up with a defensive play was Eddie Duran, the safety. Stopping Atkins after a pickup of 8 yards.
We see him coming off tackle here. A little lead pay. It's called that play right there is called a sprint draw. Gets good blocking up inside. Gets in the open field. Very dangerous place for a back of his quality.
Big play, 3rd and 4, complete to Morris. 25-yard line has the first down. Run out of bounds by Vinnie Munn, the cornerback from Jersey City, New Jersey. Munn, the 5'11 senior, one of 12 Munn children. And Ronnie Morris, who had the ankle injury earlier tonight, comes up with a first down completion.
Here's a nice shot right here, what it looks like from the receiver's perspective. Very well thrown ball. That's actually the toughest ball to throw in football. Maybe about 10 to 15 yards deeper, it becomes very dangerous. It's the longest distance on the field. You run the risk, really run the risk of exposing that ball to a lot of defenders.
Well, it was the 4th catch of the night for Ron Morris. Ended a string of 5 straight incompletions for the quarterback, Bobby Waters, who asked for the timeout and talks it over with his coach, Bobby Collins. We are tied at 14 in the football game with 11:21 remaining in this third period. Want to remind you that Boston Bruins hockey returns for its season here on Nesson. Thursday night at 7:30 as the Bruins host the Calgary Flames live from Boston Garden. Join Fred Cusick, Dave Shea, and Terry O'Reilly for all the action of the season opener. That's Thursday live at 7:30. The Bruins and the Flames exclusively on Nesson. And before the game at 7 p.m., join Tom Larson for Bruins Digest and the latest news on the Bruins, the NHL, and more. The Bruins on Nesson, your New England sports network, where we deliver. Now we're also delivering a pretty good college football game here from Irving, Texas, Texas Stadium. The Eagles had trailed in the football game, Pete Cronin, 14-0. Looked like we were on the verge of a bust out here down south, but BC got it together, put 14 on the board in the second quarter. Now Bobby Waters lines it up on first down. He is 9 for 15 tonight. 1st and 10 from his 26. Waters never got it away, and he is put down by Rick Nickerson, number 15, a senior from Wellesley, Massachusetts, who came charging in from right end.
Now we've got a little defense here that Boston College put in last week designed to take away the option. Both defensive ends pinch inside, and here we see this. Hey, this is a really nice play. This is penetration. He saw the alley. He took the alley. Quarterback never got out of the hole.
Rick Nickerson brought him back to the 19-yard line, but they spot the progress at the 24, so a loss of 2 brings up a 2nd and 12. Atkins and Tony Brown, the running backs. Here is the give to Morrison, Kobe Morrison, the fullback, charging up across the 25 near the 26-yard line. Pickup of 2 for the junior from Dallas, Texas. 10:20 left, third quarter. The Eagles going with Hemmer and Nickerson, the ends. Degnan, Boza the tackles, and Tom Perrell the nose tackle. Over the center, Archie Fairley, the freshman. On third down, Waters throwing. Great catch by Morris at the 45-yard line, and he may be hurt again. A sliding catch by Ron Morris at the 45, and he looks like a bona fide NFL prospect.
Well, he's right there coming across the middle. A tough throw, throwing over the linebackers right here. We're going to see, really, it's a tough play for the linebackers, too. They've got to get disciplined depth right here to force the high throw. Waters throws the ball high, but very acrobatic, as you see right there. Ted Gaffney almost got a hand on it. Very, very nice catch.
Fifth catch tonight for Ron Morris, who now has 115 career receptions. That was a 20-yard pickup, so 1st and 10 at their own 45. Waters looking again. Waters throwing complete to Jacobs, unless they rule it a trap, and they do. Jeffrey Jacobs sliding at the 41. And that not a popular call here in Texas, but it comes from an all-Southwest Conference crew.
Here we see right here, Waters has got the option to run the ball. He's 5'11", the quarterback gets out here. He's going to full vision. He's got one receiver he wants to throw the ball to. And that looks like a catch to me, but I'm not calling the game.
Hey, only the turf knows for sure on that one. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from their own 45. Bobby Waters sending Morris to the top of your screen, wide side right. Jacobs in tight to the left, and the I running backs. And here is the give to the tailback. And he shakes free. That is Darrell Terrell, the sophomore from Dallas, giving Atkins a blow. And he picks up 3 to the 48-yard line.
That's good hard running right there. It's a big tackle by Eddie Duran. He grabbed him by the back of the shirt and pulled him down. Good strong hands. That's weightlifting right there. Get in the weight room, strengthen up those hands. He didn't do his off-season work. That might have been a big play for SMU.
Well, Darrell Terrell, the heir apparent, a sophomore. 3rd down 7 from the 48. Waters firing, incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Ron Morris. Had he caught it and not advanced it, would have been shy of the 1st down. But it'll be 4th down. We'll see Dodge Carter again.
Here we see Waters. Now, the reason they have this play in is because he is 5'11". And what it does, it does narrow the field just a little bit, but he's going to be much more effective on the corner. He is a good runner as well as a good throwing quarterback.
So Stevie Williams on the replay coming up pretty good in coverage. Well, Dodge Carter trying to angle it, touched Kelvin Martin, and Kelvin very fortunate. The ball rolled out of bounds because he did get a piece of it. It rolls out at the 6-yard line. So a 39-yard punt does the job for Dodge Carter. And with 8:44 left in the third quarter, SMU 14, Boston College 14. More Eagles football here on Nesson in just a moment. SMU and Boston College here at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, tied at 14. Pete Cronin with 8:44 left in the third quarter, and the Eagles will start off 94 yards from where they want to be, their own 6-yard line. But so far, neither offense able to get things going here in the second half after 28 points put on the board in that first half of play.
It's a tough spot for Boston College to be in, taking possession here at their own 6-yard line. An awful long way to go. They're going to have ample opportunity to beat themselves in this drive if they begin to move the ball.
Halloran so far unofficially 9 for 15, 84 yards. A tight eye fumble, and SMU's recovered. John Bronner lost it, and I believe it was Jerry Ball that picked it up.
Big play by World Ball. Look at the size of that cat.
Well, that measures 6 foot 278 and quick.
He hasn't missed a meal in a little while anyway.
The senior from Beaumont, Texas, a preseason All-American, Bronner never had the handle.
Never got it.
And Ball was in there pretty quickly.
Never got the ball. Unfortunately, puts Boston College in a worse situation here, turning the ball over deep in their end zone, deep in their territory. It's going to take some very, very inspired defense to keep SMU off the board here.
Well, you talk about costly mistakes. Here is Jeff Atkins running into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, the Bronner fumble, 1 play later, 2-yard touchdown. Jeff Atkins with his 2nd touchdown tonight. And with 8:35 left in quarter number 3 here in Dallas, Texas, The SMU Mustangs on a gift touchdown go up 20-14. And as you look at it again, a cakewalk for Atkins.
Toughest play in football for a defense is after a big turnover like this. You're backed up in the wall. You got to come up with a big play. Your emotions are down. Hey, SMU did a good job of capitalizing on Boston College's misfortune.
And Brandy Brownlee will try to make it a 7-point lead with his point after. And he does. Well, Boston College's first turnover tonight, very costly, but Bobby Collins will take it. The SMU Mustangs take a 21-14 lead with 8:35 left in this third quarter. As you take a look at pretty Texas Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys and the SMU Mustangs. SMU has called this place home since 1972. Now, frustrating for the Boston College defense. Can't do much when the other club gets it first and goal from the 2. Very tough mistake for BC.
John Bronner's really feeling the heat of there. We mentioned earlier that he was an inexperienced running back and really starting to get comfortable with the position. This is his first experience of having a fumble deep in his own territory. It's a big, he's got a lot of time left to redeem himself here in the second half.
Well, on the exchange, never really looked like Bronner had it from Halloran. A one-play drive and the 2-yard touchdown run by Jeff Atkins, who has scored SMU's first touchdown tonight on a 2-yard run. So 8:35 left in the third as Brownlee boots it toward Tyrone Taylor, who bobbles it. He's in the end zone. He comes out and gets to the 15-yard line. Well, not a very pretty couple of moments here for the Boston College Eagles.
Tyrone's not too happy. Under those circumstances, it might have been wise if he had stayed in the end zone. The rule reads, if the ball goes into the end zone under its own impetus, the ball carrier can down the ball in the end zone. That doesn't matter if he touches it or not. If the ball is his own impetus carries, it's a rule that he may not have been aware of.
Well, from the 15, Stratford has his feet go out from under him and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ken Masterson, the middle linebacker, was right there. But Stratford just lost his footing. And the Eagles had best not lose their poise here. They're just down by 7 points with a whale of time to go. We've got 8 minutes, 7 seconds left in the third quarter. As you look at Ken Masterson, who calls the defensive signals, a walk-on for 2 years. Masterson, middle linebacker, earned himself a scholarship. He was born in Tehran, Iran. They call him the Ayatollah here at SMU. Here's Halloran on 2nd and 10. Trying to buy some time. Flip it complete to Tom Waddle, 23. And Waddle ducks in. Nice gain. Gets up to the 27-yard line. So a pickup of 12 on 2nd and 10 and a first down for Boston College.
John Halloran is showing some fancy footwork there. A la Doug Flutie. Here we see right here, starts one way. Cave in the left side of the defensive line. Pulls it out, bought some time. Finds Waddle open downfield. Now Waddle just wants to get that first down and does. Wisely protects himself as a wave of blue jerseys swarm him.
Give him a 13-yard gain to the 28, 1st and 10. And here's Stratford getting into the secondary and getting up for the first down. A pickup of 10 to the 38-yard line, maybe the 39. Now Troy Stratford getting a little bit of running room.
BC moving the ball quite effectively here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Short pass, inside running, outside running, showing a little variety here. See Troy Stratford here. We get a little steps inside his darting action, stop and go, cut. He's very effective out there in open field. Very tough guy to tackle.
He makes you miss. He just moved into 2nd place on the all-time BC rushing list with that carry. And on 1st and 10 from the 45, pass complete to the tight end Casparello, but a penalty marker thrown at midfield.
Well, it looks like it's probably going to be a pass interference against SMU based on the proximity of the flag or possibility of a pushing penalty on a Boston College receiver.
Well, that's the first catch tonight for Pete Casparello, but it is offensive interference.
Pushing off. Very untimely penalty right there. Boston College moving the ball effectively. Here we go again. Little penalty, steps right in, slows down the drive.
SMU tonight has not been penalized yet. That is the 4th penalty against the Eagles.
See Sean Halloran here buying a little time. Nice move. Gets the ball over.
Pass interference. Offense. Loss of down. Second down.
Here's a tough play right there. You lose the down and the yards. Second down and a mile.
Well, they have it at the 24. It's second down and 25. In motion, Stratford. The give to the fullback, Jimmy Turner. And Turner getting across the 30 up near the 33-yard line. Pickup of 9 yards for Jim Turner, the senior from Braintree, Massachusetts, who is a real favorite of yours, Pete Cronin.
Absolutely. The guy he's got a heart that you just can't wrap a tape measure around. He's got the biggest heart on the football team. I'd have to say the guy, based on his ability, has no business in uniform, but he plays above his abilities, and he is a good contributor to the Boston College offense.
Third down, 16 from the 33. Tied at 14, 6:18 left, third quarter. And Halloran will be sacked for the 5th time tonight. Jerry Ball, number 34, sacking Sean Halloran. Ball is number 34, and Halloran goes down, and BC will have to punt it away, down 7 points.
Now, we didn't hear much about Jerry Ball in the first half. As a matter of fact, he was only credited with 4 unofficial tackles, but he sure has made his presence felt here in the second half with a fumble recovery and a sack right here.
Well, the Eagles tied it up with 2 second-quarter touchdowns, but on their fumble at their own 2, they find themselves down in the football game as Jimmy Young takes the Rooney punt and advances it across the 35 to the 38-yard line. So SMU gets the football back, up 21-14 with 5 minutes, 39 seconds left in this third quarter. And don't forget, next Tuesday night, we'll have the Boston College Maryland game coming to you from Byrd Stadium in College Park. Now, Jimmy Young a little shaken up, the punt return man. Bobby Waters and the Mustangs. Ron Morris to the left. And Jacobs to the right. The tight end of the football game in the slot is Shellman. And he comes in motion.
Now, that's the first time we see SMU with the motion. They are not primarily a motion team. That play right there was going to be a pass to the motion man. They have a strong tendency to throw the ball when you see motion. But offensive left tackle just a little anxious.
And that is the first penalty tonight for the Mustangs. Well, mistakes have been costly to both football teams tonight. BC scored their second touchdown.
Offense. First down.
After the Eric Lindstrom interception of quarterback Bobby Waters, and SMU getting their third touchdown after the Bronner fumble, as you look at Jimmy Young being attended to on the sideline. First and 15 for the Mustangs at their own 33, and Atkins gets 2 to the 35. Mike Degnan, number 98, and John Bosa, number 97, stopping Atkins after a 2-yard gain. Well, Atkins with 67 yards, 18 carries, couple of touchdowns.
So SMU has not been able to really get their offense on track, although they have scored a touchdown this half. They have not put together a substantial drive. Here they are sputtering again, second and long.
I set. Waters pumps once, looking deep for Morris. Has him, but he's out of bounds.
Falls into their early game plan. They're going to go with the 3-step rhythm passing early in the first half, midway through the first half. They get those cornerbacks starting to bite that short out. That opens up the out, the up and the out, and possibly big play. That play right there, the ball just overthrown. Certainly the receiver was in position for a substantial gain.
No doubt about it. Tony Brown has checked in, the sophomore fullback, number 31. And he'll line up top front man in the eye with the tailback Atkins on third down 13 from the 35. Waters with time, going deep for Jacobs, who is out there with Vinnie Munn but couldn't make the catch. Now some bumping between Munn and Jacobs downfield at the 20, and Jacobs was looking for the big play, couldn't make it.
That ball underthrown right there. Hey, that's a good pass by the quarterback. See him right here looking straight upfield. It's man on man. Munn running foot for foot. Ball's a little underthrown. The receiver disciplined to come back to it. But Vinnie Munn making a nice play, making the catch tough.
On the other end, a penalty marker against Boston College for a roughing the passer call. BC's 5th costly penalty tonight.
Roughing the passer. Defense. Automatic. First down.
Well, if they don't get you on one end, they get you on the other.
It certainly seems that way. Boston College pressing the self-destruct button again here, adding life to a sputtering SMU offense.
Mustangs lead it by a touchdown, 21-14, 4:51 left in this third quarter. And this is Tony Brown banging for 5 to the 45. Bill Romanowski, the junior linebacker from Vernon, Connecticut, slowed down a little bit by an ankle injury, made that stop. But Brown picked up 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5. It's a pretty big possession for SMU and for BC, who doesn't want to fall for the second time behind by 2 scores.
Big play time for BC defense.
David Adamson and Mitch Gleber, 2 second-team receivers into the game for SMU. Adamson, a senior from Dallas, and Gleber, a freshman from Richardson, Texas. And Mitch Gleber is the son of former NFL announcer on CBS, Frank Gleber, who passed away about a year ago.
Boston College here, 2nd down and long. From their position, if they could get SMU into a 3rd and long situation, they've got to meet it out of their hands. They're in a truly a passing situation. 2nd and 5, tough call. Tough call for SMU.
Jack Bicknell not happy with that last call, as you see Adamson streaking in motion across the screen. Here is Atkins. Breaks the tackle by Billy Thompson. Picks up the first down inside the 40 down to the 39, where Ted Gaffney finally put a stop to it. Gaffney, the senior from Wayne, New Jersey, who teams with Bill Romanowski as the linebacking duo. 4 years ago, Gaffney was teaming with Steve Diassi.
Here we see the old counter trade made famous by the Washington Redskins several years ago. SMU pulling the offside guard and tackle through the hole for a sizable gain.
And getting back to Diassi, he plays here for the Cowboys. Came to practice on Friday night to see the Eagles. And here's the completion of Ron Morris. Nice move, gets inside the Steve Williams, hangs on and brings Morris down at the 29-yard line. Pickup of close to 10. Waters clicking with his favorite target, the senior from Cooper, Texas, Ron Morris.
SMU putting together 2 or 3 plays. Back to the rhythm pass. 1, 2, 3, turn and throw. They catch Boston College in that zone defense again.
Now, big day for Ron Morris. 7 catches, 80 yards. Morris looking for his 8th 100-yard game receiving. Yeah, they picked up 10 and got the first down. Yeah, the Mustangs trying to go 2 touchdowns up with 3:42 left in this third quarter. 21-14 SMU. We were tied at the half. BC fumbled when they had it at their own 2, and 1 play later Atkins ran it in for a touchdown. Those the go-ahead points. This is Atkins trying the right side, and John Bosa jumped on his back and brought him down after a yard pickup. John Bosa's had a good night.
He certainly have. John Bosa is a very impressive physical specimen. Pretty intelligent guy. Here we see here first down. It's Boston College 11 at SMU 16. But back to John Bosa. The pros really think a lot of him. He's a bona fide Outland Trophy candidate, and to have continued in the fashion he has thus far this season, could be a very high draft pick in the NFL.
Well, he's gone over the 200 tackle career mark tonight as Morris goes in motion on 2nd down and 10. Waters keeps on the option, and Bosa brings him down from behind as Waters gets near the 25. Pickup of nearly 4 yards for the junior quarterback out of Garland, Texas. Waters tonight threw a 20-yard touchdown pass to Morris, giving him 6 touchdown throws on the year. This is his 4th football game as a starting quarterback for the Mustangs. Now, we talked about their probation briefly in the first half. The second year of a 3-year probation for Bobby Collins' Mustang. Gave no scholarships away last year. They'll have just 15 at their disposal this year. 3rd down and 6, a big play here. Waters looking downfield for Morris, will tuck it in and pick up the first down and plenty more down to the 12-yard line. A very big 13-yard run and a penalty marker at the point of tackle.
Well, I think we're getting your basic Southwest Conference penalty here. Roughing the personal foul, spearing after the play. Here we see this is the exact play they ran the other way. Waters always has the option to run the ball. In this case, turns the ball up. And that's probably a valid penalty. Pops Perrell, frustrated. Oh, sorry, Dave Nugent. Dave Nugent, a little frustrated after the chase. Decided to bury his hat. The lower back area of Waters got the penalty.
First and goal for the Mustangs at the 6. Here's Atkins trying to turn it up. And he gets in for the touchdown. What a run by Jeff Atkins. The Mustang turned into a bumper car. And Jeff Atkins has his 3rd touchdown tonight.
That's a great run by Atkins. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. He breaks a tackle. He gets out, gets hit again. And he's, as a matter of fact, the secondary of Boston College hit him so hard, knocked the other tackler right off of him.
Well, Jeff Atkins came into tonight's game with 2 rushing touchdowns. And he picks up 3 touchdowns tonight against the Eagles, from 2 twice, and that one from 6. And Brownlee stays perfect on the year with the point after. His 4th tonight, is 14th on the year. And with 1:56 left in the 3rd quarter, our score now from Texas Stadium in Irving: the SMU Mustangs 28, the Boston College Eagles 14. We'll look at the replay. 14 points here in the 3rd quarter for the SMU Mustangs. Both touchdowns on Jeff Atkins' run from 2 and from 6 yards out. That last covering 10 plays and 62 yards. And Atkins, who has the 3 touchdowns. Pete Cronin also has 80 yards in 21 carries. And what was a 14-all football game is now a 28-14 game with 1:56 left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, thus far, a carbon copy of the first half. Let's hope for Boston College's sake they can get on track here offensively, not beat themselves, avoid the penalties, avoid the turnovers, and there's no reason why Boston College can't get back in this game.
Well, tonight they've been down by 14 twice, as Chuck Gregory brings it upfield and is stuck well at the 21-yard line. Mitchell Price, a young free safety, along with Brad Povito, stopping Chuck Gregory on the kick return. Well, 10 plays, 67 yards, a 5-minute, 8-second drive, and the touchdown run was from 6 yards out. Can't believe everything you read.
That's right.
And the Eagles need a score quickly. Turner, the lone setback. And Haller in the throw on first down. Has Tom Waddle. And Waddle has some room, gets up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 8 for the sophomore Tom Waddle.
Tom Waddle really assuming the burden of the pass receiving tonight. Has been very effective getting free. It's been Halloran's favorite receiver this evening.
Yeah, Waddle, the soph from Cincinnati's Moeller High School, which has become a good recruiting spot for Boston College. 2nd down and 2 for the Eagles at their own 30. And this is Turner, the senior from Braintree, turning it upfield, and he should have the first down pickup.
Jim Turner taking the ball. All he needed was 2 yards. He figures he's good for that. Pick the ball up in 2-yard gain. First down, Boston College. We're seeing a little pattern develop here. Boston College going to that intermediate pass to get the most yardage in the 10 yards they need for the first down. We'll see if they stay with that.
Martin left, Flutie right on 1st and 10 for the Eagles, their own 32. Stratford and Turner, the running backs. Halloran throws, hit as he does, intercepted. Intercepted by the linebacker, David West, the junior from Burleson, Texas. The first time that Halloran's been picked off tonight, but his 30th career interception and his 5th this year, and it comes at a very rough time with 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Eagles trailing 28-14.
Well, that's a new find himself in a great position to put some more points on the board here before the change in the quarter. You'll see the replay. Halloran dropping back. Tight end waving his arms. I'm open, I'm open. Unfortunately, stopped running the pattern, sat down. Sean anticipating he'd still continue to run the pattern through the ball where we thought he was going to be. There's an SMU defender.
Second Eagle turnover. Both have come here in the third quarter, which has so far been a damaging quarter. But here's a fumble on the snap. SMU gets it. Waters never had it. But the Mustangs got right back on top of it. Dave Richards almost took the air out of it. Richards, the junior from Dallas, goes 6'5" and 300. There's David West, the SMU linebacker that just picked off Sean Halloran. Now, right now, the Eagle defense simply has to hold to keep BC in the football game. 2nd and 11 from the 34-yard line in BC territory. Atkins, the eye tailback. There's the throw, complete to Jacobs. Jacobs hauls it in at the 17, and Steve Williams hauls him down.
BC coming with the safety blitz right there. Wisely Waters reads the safety blitz. You'll see the top of the screen coming in. Crespane blitzing. The receivers end up one-on-one coverage, man coverage. Break off the pattern, read the blitz, deliver the ball.
Well, a 17-yard pickup is the last play of this third quarter. Not a good third quarter for the Eagles. They give up the 14 points, get none, and through three quarters here at Texas Stadium in Irving, our score. SMU 28, Boston College 14. We'll have the fourth here on Nesson after this. Now back here at Texas Stadium, good news and bad news. Bad news, Eagles trail it by 14, 28-14. And the good news is SMU's worst quarter for points is the fourth. They have scored just 7 through their first 3 games. And this is the best scoring quarter for the Eagles. But those are stats. Right now, the numbers as they stand, not favoring the Eagles. And it is 1st and 10 for SMU at BC's 14. And the give is to Tony Brown, the fullback, who gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much there for Brown, the transfer from Texas Arlington, number 31.
Boston College defense finds themselves in they're in a must-produce situation. They've got to produce a big defensive stand here. They can't allow SMU any more points. At least give them 3. They cannot give them 7.
From the 14, 2nd down, about 9. Morrison and Carroll. But Waters going to throw, has Jacobs inside the 10, still on his feet, gets inside the 5. Carl Crespane hanging on to Jeffrey Jacobs, who picked up 9 yards on the flip from Waters. We're just underway here in the fourth quarter, but the Eagles hanging on, down by 14.
Timing pattern one more time. Unfortunately, Boston College defense, maybe they're not making the adjustment on that timing pattern. If they could time this thing out as the receivers are, it's big play time for Boston College. Interception, there's nobody there.
From the 5, 1st and goal. Waters keeps, fumbles. I think they blew it dead. BC did recover, but I think they blew it dead when contact was made. Yeah, Waters kept on the option.
Another regional call. Oh, boy. It's tough to be any good when you got 4 other guys on the field playing against you, too.
Now let's look at it again. A quick whistle at best here. Oh.
That ball is on the ground and anybody's.
Andy Hemmer had it. Dave Nugent forced the fumble. But forget it. 2nd down and goal at the 4. Here's Atkins, stood up and turned back. Maybe getting a couple.
There's Ted Gaffney showing us his example of the form tackle.
That's how it looked at the half. Pretty close. Score was tied at 14. Third quarter stats, a little bit of a different look. 286 yards of total offense. And the 2 turnovers, both in the third, costly to BC. And a big 3rd and 3 here from the 3. This is Atkins. Will not have it. Ran right past Gaffney into the awaiting arms of Bill Romanowski.
Big play by Boston College defense. Here they have forced SMU to a 4th down, 4th and 3. SMU wisely going to take the points, kick the field goal, but this was a pivotal play of the Boston College defense. They could not afford to give up the 7 points. Here they have forfeited 3 points, but the lesser of 2 evils. Boston College by no means out of this ball game.
Well, Brownlee looking to extend his consecutive field goal streak to a 9th three-pointer here. Teed up at the 9. It'll be a chip shot from 19 yards out. He boots it. It's perfect. Well, our score now is 31-14. SMU with 11 minutes and 53 seconds left here at Texas Stadium in Irving, and we'll be back with more Boston College football on Nesson in just a moment. .53 left in the football game. SMU leading 31-14. And Pete, here in the second half, the Mustangs have outscored the Eagles 17-0, but 14 of those points directly following Eagle turnovers. The Browner fumble at the 2 in the third quarter quickly punched in on the Atkins touchdown, and then the interception of Sean Halloran, and that was turned into a 3-pointer by Brandy Brownlee. So 31-14, and a key possession coming up now for the Eagles. It's get it done or really struggle.
Start warming up the engines. Boston College has shown me tonight that if they don't beat themselves, they're going to be a tough team to beat. They turn the ball over. They get costly penalties. Here they get a key possession upcoming. There's no reason to believe that they can't move down the field and score the points if they don't beat themselves.
A yard deep. This is Chuck Gregory, the young man from Detroit. Nice move to the sideline. Across the 40, and he gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and a late hit out of bounds against SMU. So a 45-yard kickoff return for Chuck Gregory, the junior from Detroit, Michigan. Here's the 3-point play, the 18-yard field goal by Brownlee. An 8-play, 16-yard drive after the interception.
Well, SMU cooperating here early. They're going to give Boston College a little advantage. We'll wait for the call here. Personal foul, hitting the man out of bounds.
And the return spotted at the 48, so Chuck Gregory with a nice 48-yard kickoff return, and the penalty makes it even nicer.
That's a big, big play for Boston College. You want to get a shot of adrenaline.
Dead ball, personal foul, out of defense, first down.
You want to get a shot of adrenaline in your offense. You take that ball back 40 yards, 20 yards sometimes is enough. Big play by Boston College, a little cooperation from SMU.
Great place to start at the Mustang 37. And quickly, Halloran looking deep. Now just looking to get out of trouble, and he is sacked for the 6th time tonight. And that is Toby Watts, number 97, the redshirt freshman from Fort Worth, Texas.
Great pressure here from Ball. You'll see him come into screen on the right-hand side, number 34. Halloran fields him, tries to get out of the pocket, nowhere to go.
6 sacks for the Mustang defense. 2nd down, 12 at the 39. And again, Halloran throwing. Stratford's out there, but it's incomplete. And that time, Donald Allen, number 12, coming on the safety blitz. So very quickly, 3rd down and 12 for Boston College. They are down 31-14 with 11 minutes, 8 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Next week for SMU, back to the Southwest Conference. They'll hit the highway, go down to Waco, Texas to take on the Baylor Bears. SMU 2-0 in this Southwest Conference. Of course, the Eagles will be at Byrd Stadium to play Maryland. You'll see it right here next Tuesday night on Nesson. 3rd down, 12. Halloran the deep drop. Has time. Fires complete to Flutie. Flutie breaks one tackle, but will not get past David West and will come up shy of the 1st down.
Well, Boston College finds himself in a position to get 3 of those points back here. If it is a field goal attempt, it will be a 42-yard attempt. Sean Halloran here in the replay, dropping back. He's got the protection. He throws on rhythm, which is really a nice play by Darren Flutie with three receptions tonight for 28 yards. Nice job of breaking a tackle, but swarmed by that SMU defense.
Well, needed 12. That reception by Flutie good for 7, so 4th down and 5.
BC going for it here.
From the 32, Halloran looking, going deep for Kelvin Martin. Touchdown!
Big play. Great call, Jack Bicknell. What a play. That's a big play for Boston College. Kelvin Martin just ran away from the defender. Sean Halloran had the time. Stood in there, threw the ball. Strike.
Well, the Jet from Jacksonville, Kelvin Martin, with his first touchdown catch of the year and his 21st career touchdown reception. And Sean Halloran put it right on the money from 32 yards away, and Kelvin Martin just ran away from the defense.
Hey, that's a gutsy call by Jack Bicknell. 2 or 3 times he's been put in a position where he's got to make a tough decision. He makes a tough decision. Boston College answers the call.
And the point after by Brian Lowe is perfect. Kelvin Martin's 4th catch of the night puts BC back in business. The 32-yard touchdown reception on 4th down and 5. Yeah, we were both thinking that Kelvin Martin might be ready to have a big night over his calf injury, and so far it has been a big night here in Texas for Kelvin Martin. Martin is now just 3 receptions shy of the number 5 all-time receiver, Gerard Phelan.
Here's Halloran. He feels a little bit of heat, but he steps right in there, throws a nice ball, and here you see Halloran's Martin's speed just running away from the safety. He got himself in a one-on-one coverage right there. Halloran did a nice job of delivering the ball. Just a gutsy call by Jack Bicknell.
Martin ran away from the strong safety, Dick Sherrick. Yeah, Coach Jack Bicknell has had a couple of big calls tonight.
2 4th down plays that result in touchdowns.
The Stratford 1-yard touchdown run in the second quarter that tied the game at 14.
Here we see
and
Halloran.
This touchdown.
Here we see Halloran again. Looking downfield. Great protection by the offensive line. Great protection. And that's where Martin is most effective. He's got the great speed. He'll run away from most defenders.
Well, the Kelvin Martin touchdown makes it a 10-point ball game. BC still trailing 31-21, but plenty of time to go. 10-17 left.
Boston College defense has got to take command here. They've got to they got to either take the ball away from SMU very quickly or only allow them 3 plays and a punt.
Jimmy Young retrieves it, 15. Puts it in another gear and gets across the 30 up near the 34. And Jimmy Young, a pretty good-looking freshman kick returner from San Antonio, Texas. Got the wind knocked out of him earlier, but he gives SMU the football. 1st down and 10 at their own 33-yard line. And a 4-play, 37-yard drive. A quick hitter, 2 minutes, 16 seconds. And Halloran going 34 yards to Kelvin Martin for the touchdown. Now for Sean Halloran, his first touchdown pass tonight. Sean has now thrown 3 touchdowns this year and 16 in his BC career. 1st and 10 for Bobby Waters, and he gives it to the money guy, Jeff Atkins, and he comes up with very little. Ted Gaffney met him head on, and Atkins probably trying to find out the license plate.
Hey, Ted Gaffney is a very able linebacker. He's got all the skill, all the tools, very intense player. Right there, making the big play for Boston College. SMU trying to get that running game going, trying to eat that clock up by themselves, 2nd and long.
Well, Ted's parents made the trip from Wayne, New Jersey to come and see their son play football tonight here in Texas. 2nd down 9 from the 34. The option to Waters, feeds it off to Atkins, and Atkins gets up to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 6. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3, and a very important play in this football game with 9:20 left and the Eagles down 10.
Boston College wants to get back in this game quickly. This is the biggest play of the game. 3rd down and 3, 3rd down and 4. Here we see the replay. Quick pitch, forcing the quick pitch. Atkins outside looking for that 1 block. He needs 1 block, but still pretty effective run, getting his 4 yards.
Degnan stopped him. The senior from Norwood, Mass. The big 3rd and 3 call. Knocked down line of scrimmage by Mike Degnan, number 98. Well, the big right tackle at 6'4", 248, made a big play swatting down the football.
That's a real big play right there. You know, with these timing patterns, Boston College coaches have told the defensive ends right here, 1, 2, 3 step, get up and get those hands up in the air. Get a 5'11" quarterback. Degnan, in his case, you're talking 6'4", you know, throw those arms up there, you're talking possibly 7 feet high. That's an awful tall building to throw the ball over.
Pretty punt by Dodge Carter. Turns over, falls into the arms of Martin at the 11. And here comes Kelvin. Kelvin to the 30 and just a tackle away from breaking it. David Adamson with a big stop of Kelvin Martin, who advanced it to the 33-yard line, close to a 20-yard punt return for Kelvin. Having a big night down here.
When we opened the broadcast, we mentioned that we felt that SMU had the vested advantage on special teams. Thus far, Boston College has capitalized on every opportunity in special teams. Here we see that player right there, Ted Gaffney. Hello. Welcome to Major College Football, my friend.
Jeff Atkins, 89 yards unofficially tonight. Looking for his third 100-yard game out of 4 this year. Only Arizona State held Atkins under 100, had 132 against Rice, 110 against TCU. Well, exciting Boston College football here on NESN continues. Next Tuesday night, you'll see next Saturday evening's ball game. We'll be down at Byrd Stadium, College Park, Maryland. Call all the action of the Boston College Eagles and the Maryland Terrapins. That should be a good football game. The Terps are 3-1.
Oh, Terps are coming out of that ACC. This is really an example of the great job Bill Flynn has done putting together these schedules. Yeah, a kid from Boston College gets to play the likes of a Penn State from the East Indies, and then an SMU from the Southwest Conference, and then a Maryland from the ACC. Now, what a great variety of competition there is in the Boston College schedule.
And some great games upcoming here on NESN. Louisville at West Virginia, at Army, at Temple, Syracuse, which will be the last remaining, well, 2 remaining home games. Louisville, October the 18th, and Syracuse, November the 15th. And then we'll wrap up our coverage of the Eagles with their game November the 22nd at Holy Cross. And you can see BC football here on NESN every Tuesday night at 7:30 and again at 11:30. 8:39 left in this one. Eagles down 10. They have it first down. Halloran dances out of trouble but fires incomplete to Troy Stratford. The BC defense held up their end of the bargain, got the football right back for the offense. And we'll see what happens here. Last time BC had it, they scored on the 34-yard touchdown pass from Halloran to Martin on a 4th and 5.
Seems to me whenever Boston College launches a drive, if they don't beat themselves, they score points.
2nd and 10 for Halloran at his own 33. The fake to Stratford. Time running out. Halloran loses the football and they blow it dead. Ben Hummel quickly around it. Number 45 who flipped it back. Ben Hummel playing with the hip pointer. He's the junior from Rockwall, Texas.
That's a forward pass. Fortunately, it's a forward pass, ruled an incomplete pass. Now, Jack Bicknell getting away from his philosophy to establish the running game, 2 passes in a row. You see Halloran here feeling the pressure from Hummel. Now he's going to pop it out there. Just doesn't get enough on it. Jimmy Turner can't handle the ball. Incomplete pass.
8:25 left, 4th quarter. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. They're on 33, and they trail it 31-21. In motion is Kelvin Martin. Again, the fake to Stratford. Halloran firing. Complete to Kelvin Martin. First down to the 48-yard line. Down to the 47 in SMU territory. And Frankie Thomas, the free safety, stopped Kelvin Martin after a big pickup.
Well, that's great confidence by Sean Halloran. He just stands in there. His offensive line's cooperating with him, keeping the pressure off. Just stand there. He's got plenty of time to throw the ball. He's waiting for Kelvin to get free. He sees him get free. Fires the ball with some authority right in there. First down. Big play for Boston College.
26-yard pickup keeps the drive alive. Marcus Cherry in motion. On first down, the give to Stratford. Penalty marker goes down as Stratford gets inside the 45. Probably going to be a hold against BC. The clock stops with 7:57 left in the football game. The Eagles trying to get closer. They're down 10.
The ever-dreaded drive killer. The penalty holding Boston College. They're going to find themselves backed up again. A lot of yardage now. BC not making it too easy on themselves right now.
Well, Bobby Collins looking for his 88th coaching win tonight. His 40th at SMU, is the 15th winningest active Division I AA coach. He won 31 games in his first 3 seasons here at SMU before last season's 6-5 finish. Now 7 penalties tonight against BC, just 2 against the Mustangs. And here, 1st and 20, BC has it, their own 44. 5 men out on the pattern for the Eagles. Halloran stops, fires, finds Kelvin Martin at the 45. He coughs it up. Looks like the Mustangs have the football. Now Kelvin Martin, who's had a very big night here in Texas, made the catch but then lost the football, and the middle linebacker Ken Masterson picked it up. Now the 5'11", 215-pound junior from Richardson, Texas, coming up with the 3rd turnover against BC. All 3 have been costly coming here in the second half.
Halloran right here, he's looking for the primary receiver. He's waiting. Defensive end from the right gets caught inside. Sean takes it outside, trying to buy some time. Great throw, but boy, running by there, just reaching in, forces the fumble.
Here's Atkins, who has 89 yards rushing, and he picks up 3, going from the 45 to the 48-yard line. Again, Ted Gaffney been very active from his interior linebacker spot tonight for the Eagles. Atkins now with 92 yards rushing unofficially.
The burden again falling on the Boston College defense. They have played quite well this evening despite the 31 points scored against them. We'll see if they can't rise to the occasion again. 2nd and long, normally a passing situation. We'll see what SMU do. They go shift to the split formation.
With Brown and Terrell, and the give is to Tony Brown, the fullback. Brown cuts it inside BC territory down to the 46-yard line. Needed 7 for the 1st down, picked up 4 or 5. Tony Brown alternating with Morrison at fullback, and Atkins getting a rest for Darrell Terrell, number 28.
There's a penalty on the flag on the floor right there. We're going to see, looks like a holding penalty against SMU. Yes, it is.
Well, Pete Cronin with the Washington Redskins. You had a couple of good visits down here to Texas Stadium.
Well, the stadium was very good to us, as a matter of fact. It's like playing in someone's living room.
Yeah, the Eagles worked out here on Friday night, and while they were working out, a fine junior cornerback from Maryland, Garrick McPherson, turned an ankle. He's on crutches tonight and hasn't played, obviously. Steve Williams has gone in his place. 6:42 left in the football game. 2nd and 15 from their own 42. Mustangs up 31-21, and Albert Reese can't catch it, incomplete. Waters looking for his big tight end down at the 46-yard line. And the 6'4" senior from Temple, Texas, who was hurt by the flu this week, couldn't come up with that. And there you see the numbers on Waters, who started tonight, hitting his first 8. And you might think back to the game against Rice, a 45-3 season opening victory for SMU. Waters set a school record and a Southwest Conference record when he clicked on 13 straight throws. BC can get the football back if they can hold here on 3rd and 15 from the 42. The give is to Terrell. Terrell with a 1st down. Darrell Terrell, stopped by Eddie Duran, gets inside the BC 40 down to the 37-yard line. Big run on 3rd and 14.
That's a good call by the SMU offensive coordinator right there. We'll see him just dip inside, get BC thinking inside, and there's no one out there. Makes a nice cut upfield. This good, nice play by Darrell. 2 rushes for 27 yards.
22 on that one. Duran did a nice job of stopping it. Might have gone for 6. 1st down and 10 for SMU. And John Boza almost de-heads Bobby Waters.
Looks like a personal vendetta to me. John Boza he doesn't take this stuff lightly. If he can have an impact on the outcome of this contest, we're going to get his best effort right now.
It's been a frustrating night here in Texas for the Boston College Eagles. They're down 10. There's 5:44 left in the game. And unless something happens quickly, the Eagles will fall to 1-3, and the SMU Mustangs will go to 3-1. 2nd down, we get whistles and flags before this play is snapped.
Might have been too much time. SMU taking their time, getting the line of scrimmage and calling the play.
Just want to remind you that Nesson's coverage of Boston's Bruins hockey returns for its 3rd season. Thursday night at 7:30, the Bruins and the Calgary Flames live from Boston Garden. That's Thursday night at 7:30. Now, not a very big crowd here at Texas Stadium tonight, but the folks that came to cheer for the Mustangs have had enough to cheer about. They're up 10, 31-21 with 5:33 left.
SMU doing their best to give Boston College the opportunity to turn it back. Another penalty in this drive. It'd be a shame if Boston College couldn't get the ball back here in short order. Marking it off now. We're going to see a second and a long way.
Now, this football game was tied at 14 at halftime.
Non-contact foul. Offense. 2 dead ball foul.
Ooh, balls. SMU sounds like one of the players from SMU had some colorful language for the referee, and he's not going to put up with it. Here we look at it. My goodness.
Well, the man in the white hat and the stripes, Wendell Shelton, making that call. 31-21, second down 33 here for the Mustangs, and Darryl Terrell can't dance away from Ted Finney. And the Eagles take a quick timeout. Well, Bobby Collins looks calm and cool. He'll feel that way when another 5 minutes and 14 seconds expire. Mustang coach spent 7 years as the head coach at Southern Miss before coming here, taking over for a guy named Ron Meyer.
Well, Ron Meyer did a good job of getting SMU in trouble. I don't know if because he inherited all these problems, but it's going to be pretty tough to get some quality players in here being on probation. A lot of competition here in the Southwest Conference.
Their 6th probation in the last 30 years. Along with TCU on probation in the Southwest Conference. Of course, they don't want to set a very dubious record of 7 times on probation. Wichita State currently the record holder there. Now we've got 5 minutes and 14 seconds left of BC Eagle football here in Dallas, Texas. But the Eagles in some tough shape right now. They're down 10 points, 31-21. And as we told you, it was tied at 14 at halftime. SMU came back in the 3rd quarter with 14 points, a 2-yard touchdown run by Atkins after BC fumbled at their own 2, and then Atkins ran for his 3rd touchdown of the football game, capping a 10-play, 62-yard drive that made it 28-14. The Mustangs added a field goal before Kelvin Martin caught the 34-yard touchdown. And here's Waters going for Jacobs, incomplete.
Boy, fine defensive play out there by number 28, Vincent Munn. He just runs out there. Actually, another underthrown deep ball. Watch right here. Waters dropping back with just a little bit of a dash action. Looking upfield. It's right down there all the way. Watch Munn come in, just get the hand on it. Fine play by the cornerback.
That was on 3rd and 33. So with 5:07 left in the football game, down 10, the Eagles will get it back. Off the Dodge Carter punt, sailing it to Kelvin Martin, 15, 20. 30, 40, midfield, 40, he's gone. He's gone. Kelvin Martin. An 85-yard punt return touchdown for Kelvin Martin.
Boy, what a play. What a play. Special teams, ladies and gentlemen. What a play. Boston College has really shown who's got the special teams tonight. That is really something.
What a night it has been for Kelvin Martin, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida. That 85-yard punt return touchdown, his 4th touchdown on a punt return in his BC career.
BC considering going for 2 here. They are. Here we see Kelvin Martin turning upfield, and I'm telling you, he never breaks stride. Got a good block right here. Great cut. And it's all football right to the end zone right there. Kelvin Martin, great play. Big play for Boston College.
Been a big quarter for Martin, the 34-yard. Eagles go for 2. Halloran looks, throws, they get it. To guess who? Number 82, Kelvin Martin.
Well, guess who came to play? Kelvin Martin. Well, Eric, you and I discussed earlier, we felt that he might be a key ingredient tonight, having not been as visible in the past couple games. Kelvin obviously feeling a little bit better as a result of that injury he received several weeks ago. There's a nice play right there. Now that play right there is just designed to get in the end zone, stop and turn. And Sean Halloran turns, delivers the ball. Nice play.
Almost threw it right through Kelvin Martin. What a crucial couple of plays for Boston College. The 85-yard punt return, the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden Jack Bicknell's club right back in it. And we'll have the final 4:48, 31-29. We'll be back in a moment. Well, we said it would take something very special to get Boston College back in the football game. They trailed at 31-14 early in this fourth quarter, and something special has happened. It's 31-29 with 4:48 left. And Pete Cronin, the 85-yard punt return by Kelvin Martin, followed by his catch on the 2-point conversion. And right now, the Eagles trail it by 2 with 4:48 left in the football game.
Well, again, we're back to crucial play time. Boston College defense, if they've played at all tonight, they've got to play now. We've seen everybody on this team contribute to their present situation. Down by 2 points. Jack Bicknell going for the 2. Hey, that's a tough call for a guy like Bicknell. He took the chance. He was successful. Pretty exciting football.
Well, our pleasure to bring it to you here on Nesson as Jimmy Young hauls it in. And Young trying to get something done. Gets up to the 34 where he is wrestled down. Now Mike Saylor, number 91, the stop on the special teams. Saylor, a linebacker from Pennsylvania. Now time for some Eagle defense. Down 2, 4:42 left here in the fourth period. Some fireworks here at Texas Stadium.
Sure have been. It's not over yet.
Bobby Waters with Tony Brown and Jeff Atkins, the eye set. And here is Brown getting a yard across the 35, and the Eagles are pumped up. John Bosa in on the stop.
BC can smell it right now. Ted Gaffney frothing at the mouth. They really want it right now.
Injured player down. It's Bill Romanowski, the All-American candidate junior linebacker from Vernon, Connecticut, who played with a brace on his ankle tonight after spraining it very badly against Penn State 2 weeks ago.
That was it looks like from here, probably a re-injuring of that same problem with the ankle. He had a special brace made for the ankle, and it looked like it was standing up pretty well. He's down with something right now, hard to say. See if he walks off with a limp.
Well, the guy they call Romo, last trip to Texas for Romanowski, MVP of the Cotton Bowl as a freshman.
He's going to be the key factor in the Boston College defense in the future. Got all the tools to be a great one.
Tonight he was looking for his 13th consecutive 10-tackle game. Not as active with the ankle injury tonight, but Romo, outstanding football player for Jack Bicknell and Boston College. Now second down 7 from the 37. 4:18 and counting left in the football game. 31-29 been a shootout. SMU in front. Waters looking, throwing. Great catch by Jacobs and a penalty marker. Steve Williams brought him down at the 43, shy of the first down.
Well, actually, we're going to get a penalty on the play. It's going to be a hard call. Probably a pass interference. When we see the replay, we're probably going to see the left hand of the cornerback resting on the back of the receiver. That's pass interference. Discussing the options here.
Well, as we look at the chains, would have been a first down anyway. As Jacobs hauls it in.
Decline. They're going to take the first down as it stands.
Big play. They'll have it first and 10. At their own 45-yard line, or just over the 45, we'll call it the 46, with 4:08 left in the fourth quarter. The Eagles have scored 16 points to get back in the football game. A 34-yard touchdown pass, Halloran to Martin. The 85-yard punt return by Martin. The 2-point conversion catch by Kelvin Martin. First and 10. Long count for Bobby Waters. Letting that clock run down to 5 seconds on the snap count. Here's Atkins. Atkins across midfield. I believe goes over the 100-yard mark with that run into BC territory down to the 48-yard line. And again, it is Ted Gaffney in on the stop. And now Gaffney coming up wounded.
There you go, Ted with a nice throw. Right here, does a good job of shedding the blocker. Goes down. Looks like he got a foot on the hip.
Now, he did a fine job fighting off the block from Kevin McKinney and making the stop. And Atkins did go over the 100-yard mark. For the 14th time he's done it. And as we told you, coming in with the 13 100-yard games, SMU winning 12 of them.
Well, put up or shut up time for Boston College defense. Second down and 5 yards.
3:15 left in the football game. From the BC 48-yard line, Jed Martin and Atkins, the I-backs. Here's Atkins. Atkins across the 45, first down to the 42. Bill Romanowski right back in the football game, made the stop with an assist from Williams, the corner.
Well, time ticking away here. SMU doing a good job of keeping the ball under control, running a very conservative inside running plays, letting the clock wind down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds before they snap the ball. You'd almost think they've done this before.
Now from the BC 41, first and 10, SMU, 2:48 left in the football game. Again, it's Martin and Atkins in the eye. And Waters will give it to Atkins. And Atkins will get it done again. Inside the 35, down to the 34. Close to 7 on the run for Atkins. Billy Thompson finally brought down the senior from Fort Worth, Texas, who's looking pretty good for SMU. Clock continues to wind down with 2:20 left. Both the Eagles and the Mustangs with a couple of times out each. Second and 3 from the Eagle 34. 192 yards rushing tonight for the Mustangs. Well above the normal average against BC this year. And Romanowski doing a nice job right there, tying up the fullback, Tony Brown.
Back to big play time. Third down and 3 yards to go.
Now coming into this football game, the Eagle defense was ranked 7th best in the country, allowing just 224 yards again. LBC took the timeout, stopping the clock with 1:55 remaining. 31-29 SMU. Well, Eagles made it a very exciting fourth quarter with the Kelvin Martin show, the senior wide receiver with 7 catches, just under 100 yards. A touchdown catch for 34 yards, the 85-yard punt return, and then he caught the 2-point conversion.
Too bad Kelvin couldn't play defense. Kind of night he's having. He'd probably intercept the ball, or it was Jack McNeil keeping the rally and the troops.
Well, his club has not quit yet. Twice tonight they trailed by 14 points.
They're not out of this game yet, Eric. Boston College, they have the opportunity right now to convert this third down, force SMU to decision time.
A pretty big 3rd and 2 here from the Eagles 33. Full house set. Atkins gets the give and gets the first down inside the 30-yard line. Carl Creshpain finally stopped Atkins, but he gets the first down pickup. Now Jeff Atkins with his 3rd 100-yard game this season, so he is 3 for 4. And of course that is the goal of any running back, I would think, coming into any football game. 123 yards in 31 rushes, 31 carries, a season high for him. 123 yards is not. He had 132 in the opener against Rice. And here's Atkins again, nothing doing on first down. Mike Degnan brings him down at the 31, a loss of 2. So Atkins got to give 2 back off his total. And 1:15 remaining. 2nd and 11 at the 30. The Mustangs lead it by 2. Real Texas shootout tonight.
Sure is right here. Boston College, really little they can do right now. Watch the clock wind down. Try to turn the ball over. Try to force SMU to the mistake.
2nd and 11, under a minute to play. Here's Atkins. Atkins trying to run right to the house. And he gets inside the 15. Steve Williams, the junior corner from Providence, Rhode Island, brought him down at the 14-yard line. 16-yard run for Atkins.
Crucial offensive drive for SMU. They had to hold on the ball. They've done a great job of it. winding down the clock. Very simple, very safe inside running plays. Right there, Atkins shows us his great ability that he does possess, putting it virtually out of reach for Boston College right now.
Well, they flirted with blowing a 17-point lead, but they have come up with a key drive to win this football game. Down to 18 seconds to play, and now it's just a countdown. Well, entertaining debut here on Nesson, Boston College football. Wish the outcome could have been different, Pete Cronin, but it certainly was a pleasure working with you. Looking forward to 7 more exciting Boston College football games, including next week's game at the University of Maryland. And they count it down here at Texas Stadium in Irving. And the clock winds down. This one is over. And it's party time Mustang style here in Irving, Texas. They win it by the score of 31-29. Tough defeat for Jack Bicknell, losing to his old pal Bobby Collins, who wins his 40th game with SMU. This one moves his Mustangs to 3-1, while Jack Bicknell's Eagles will head back on the charter tonight with a record that hurts. They are 1-3 and really a better football team than that. We'll be back with our post-game wrap-up in just a moment. Tonight's final score, SMU 31, Boston College 29. We'll be back in just a moment. Boston College Eagles fall to 1-3, losing their first ever meeting with the SMU Mustangs. No short, this game not short on thrills though, Pete Cronin. The Eagles lose at 31-29. They trailed it at one point 31-14. They really came back. It was the Kelvin Martin show in the fourth quarter.
Well, I have to say, if there's anything to benefit from this loss, is the display of heart by the Boston College offense, defense, and special teams. They really put it all together to make this a close ball game. Unfortunately, they're up 2 points short. Doesn't matter. Down the road, no one's going to remember this ball game. All they're going to remember is that Boston College has lost. They dug himself a little bit of a hole here. Great opportunity next week against Maryland to salvage the season at that point. And we'll have to see what happens.
All right, we will at that. Turnovers hurt the Eagles in the second half. Ironically, their best night of the season so far on offense is their worst night of the season so far on defense. That'll do it here at Dallas, Texas. Once again, the final score, the SMU Mustangs 31, the Boston College Eagles 29. Be sure to join us next Tuesday night at 7:30 as the Eagles take on the University of Maryland Terrapins. The executive producer of Boston College football is Mark Quenzel. Tonight's game produced by Bob Whitelaw. Coordinating producer, Rose Marakian. Associate producer, Kate Monahan.